Hey, welcome to the BIM Podcast Aftershow. And this is where we invite our friends to come and join in and kind of go over the carcass of the shit show that we just put out. And we have Ease. How you doing, man?
How are you, sir? How is everybody?
I'm good, man. And we also have Dave.
Hello.
How you doing, man?
I am doing reasonably well, all things considered, in the middle of moving and sorting out my new place and job stuff and cable internet stuff and crazy things all over the place. But, you know.
Excellent stuff. We do have Mikey here, but he's probably gone for a poo or something like that. But, yeah. So, gentlemen, is there any subjects you want to touch on that we was on about in the main show? I'd like to get your opinions on stuff. Obviously, it being in chat is kind of limiting how we can interact.
Well, I was going to challenge Brenna to drinking. I mean, curling.
Oh, brilliant! That we can definitely go back over that. That would be hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
So, what is your experience of curling?
Well, I am a Canadian, so
Full on.
So it's your birthright.
So yeah, there just is curling, there is hockey, there is Canadian things, right? So
yeah,
no, I got invited to go play curling before the end of high school, and I've never seen I'm sure there is someone out there who is into curling and doesn't drink, but I've never met them.
Yeah, they're the psycho with like 12 cats who sits in the corner. Yeah, I don't drink. I love curling though.
Yeah, they also do the My Little Pony thing or something like that. There's something weird.
It's got an odd collection of just like dolls' heads. Isn't she pretty?
Yeah.
And Ease, what's going on with you, my man?
Just taking it easy. The weather's been shit for me, so I've been a little bit of unproductive. But
yeah,
I'm all right. I'm hanging in there. The weather sucks for me. It just really sucks for me. So I'm in a shitty mood when it comes to that.
It's strange because we're all having like weird weather. I mean, we've got like it's 13 degrees Celsius here, which is pretty cold. It's rainy. It's May. It's supposed to be like this is like the run up to summer, and it's just everything's just dank and rainy. And I know that's like the sort of stereotypical Britain, but this time of year it's normally all right.
Yeah, we've already had first summer out here, so
first summer.
Yeah, that's what we usually like. Sometime in between March and the end of April, we have a good stretch of like 15 to 25 days of great weather. So we've already been through that. It rained 2 days ago, and it's a little bit overcast today. But yeah, we've been spoiled for weather.
Yeah, I think we've got summer penciled in for the second week of July, and then it's all over.
For LA, it's typically colder than what I'm used to it being for this time of year. Like we're in the 60s with real windy. You can feel the cold. I'm used to it being a lot warmer.
Hey.
LA's got more problems than just that at the minute, though, isn't it? With the LA's got a massive homeless crisis at the minute. Am I right?
Well, you want to get into homeless? Wow. Yeah, it's bad. it's just bad.
There's like tent cities popping up and all that sort of stuff.
Everywhere. It's not just tent cities. It's tents everywhere. No matter where you go. Yeah. It doesn't matter where you are. You're going to see tents. You'll even see them in Beverly Hills. You'll see them everywhere. You might not you'll see them like even if you go into the hills where all the mansions are. You'll see stuff set up over there. They'll find the woods. They'll go by the LA River. They'll look for like secluded areas like camp.
What is it that has created this this phenomena in LA especially? Because I hear a lot of people like online talking about the LA housing crisis. So
it's always been a situation everywhere. I'm not going to say this created it, but this definitely doesn't help the situation. Here in California, they're not allowed to kick them off the street. The cops are not allowed to say, hey, you can't, set up camp here and live on the street. That's just not allowed. So it gives people the opportunity to live on the street. Now it gets out of hand, and instead of actually building more housing or doing something about it, what they do is they make money off of them. They'll set a day where they got to move them around. So they'll get charters, they'll get cleanup crews. All this costs money. And they'll move them from one area to another. And now they've pretty much all ended up on the beach. But it becomes it's bad. Let's not go into too much into crime, because I feel comfortable walking around. Okay, not so much crime. But now you have an unsanitary situation where they're just defecating on the street and nobody's cleaning it, and that affects everyone.
Is this a reason for Gavin Newsom's recall?
They're using it as one of the reasons, yes, but it's not the main reason. They're unhappy with his policies on how he uses the money that they have.
Yeah,
right.
That's basically what it is. They're not happy that he's not using the money for what, quote unquote, they want. What the city wants. He's trying to help as many people as he can in the process of, sliding something under the table, like they all do. But the way he's doing it is not.
Because it's mad how LA's always portrayed, especially overseas, as this kind of like mecca of glamorous lifestyles.
Oh, it's a big cardboard box, dude. Like I'm from New York, and you come here and everything's been cardboard.
You could never tell you were from New York.
No,
never.
Okay. I hear that, but yeah, it's a big cardboard box. Like everything's fake. Everything's fake.
Wow.
Moving here was definitely, culture shock. I happen to have found peace here because of the way it is, but it's very hard to get used to.
What was your motivation for moving there?
I'm just an adventurer. I just like moving around, and I found peace here, so I settled for a bit.
Okay.
I'm about to jump soon.
Dave, have you got a spare sofa for ease?
Oh yeah, I got a queen size pullout right here. I just moved into a 3-bedroom place, so
hey,
I got a big comfy air mattress to sleep on, or the pullout. Yeah, anywhere in Canada. If you can get across the border, we can put between me, Neil, and Randolph. Somebody will figure it out for you.
All right. I have been considering Canada.
Have you got a room for a family of 4?
Actually,
you are not next in line, Wayne.
I have a 2-bedroom basement suite underneath me that is vacant right now too.
Let me put it to the panel. Kerry would be like, "Where'd you get the money from to do that?" Oh shit! Yeah.
You can just do one of those GoFundMe things.
Actually, as Canada's part of the Commonwealth, I think I've got the right to move to Canada for any reason.
Oh, that sounds right if you say it quick.
I'm sure that's how it works. That's we went sort of like, going around the world, colonizing everything. So
why not?
I think any Commonwealth country we're allowed to go to without question. I'm sure that's how it works. What, Austin Fowdy? Austin motherfucking Fowdy.
He's not from Bronx. I don't know why I would give him the Bronx voice, but it
just sounds nice, like saying his name in that manner.
Yeah,
but no, getting the homeless situation is a very bad one on the West Coast in particular. It's not just California. California has a bad scenario, but out here just seems to be worse than the East Coast. Seems to be, although I keep getting word that it's turning into a bad situation in New York as well. It's starting to get bad over there too.
Being homeless in New York doesn't sound like fun at all.
Well,
the weather's
over there,
nice,
see, I grew up seeing some really crazy stuff, doing graffiti, crawling through the tunnels and subways. There used to be homeless cities underground, like abandoned train stations and big empty areas that were at least, let's say, 5-6 stories underground, and there were cities. they would barter. They lived down there. And they'd crawl out from the tunnels every now and then and go back down there. And I would run into these encampments doing graffiti in the tunnels. It's been around for a long time. It's just you have more places to hide over there.
Yeah. What was the Mikey? You might be able to help me out on this. What was the name of the people in the Marvel, or mainly the X-Men universe, that lived in the underground? There were mutants that lived in the subway.
The Mutant Brotherhood.
No. They were like it began with a C.
Yeah, they live down there.
Oh, what was her name?
There he is.
Hey,
Austin.
hey, I
Man,
got
the legend.
Hey,
I gotta only stay for a second because I've got this nightmare.
Yeah. Look at the pup. Oh,
Awesome.
man, he is too cute.
Yeah.
Oh. Zero, why aren't you cute anymore? Come here, Zero.
Yeah, I went and rescued her on Sunday.
And what kind is she?
She's a Great Pyrenees.
Oh, she's gonna be a big girl.
She's gonna be huge. Yeah, she's only 5 weeks old right now.
It was the
Jeez.
Morlocks, by the way. The Morlocks, ladies and gentlemen.
Morlocks.
is it?
Yeah.
Ow! Jesus.
Oh, I know the Morlocks now. Yes. Yeah.
She came from a ranch that was the owners neglected all their animals, and they wound up pulling over 50 Great Pyrenees dogs
Wow.
from this ranch.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
her and her sister were the only survivors out of the litter, and they were found under a sheet of corrugated metal inside of a cow carcass.
Jesus.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, poor little
That's
thing.
grim.
So I made a 5.5 hour round trip on Sunday to go get her because I couldn't. How can you not?
Who got her sister?
Her sister was a little underweight and kind of runty, so the gal that I got her from, she and I had a conversation about it being best that the sister stay with her for a few more days because they were just weaned like a week and a half ago.
Yeah.
So, but she was a handful. Sorry, I'm not trying to like come in and dominate.
No, it's cool. We got to
I'm
catch up with you.
contemplating getting myself some. I'm about to start moving around a bit, so I gotta think twice. But
All
I
right,
need
Zero,
to go
you're
get
out of
the
here.
book.
Yeah.
I'm more of a cat guy though.
Austin, it's good to have you on, man. You ain't had you on for a long time, so it's good to see your face, man, and check in with you.
Well, yeah. Yeah, sorry, I'm on my phone and stuff. Like I'm just kind of dipping around the house today. So
Yeah, look at you in your portrait mode. It's disgraceful. Oh, there he is.
is that better?
There he is. He's gone full landscape.
Don't listen to him. He's the last one. The last one to be telling you about cameras.
I'm holding my fucking phone, man.
Yeah, I've become a technical snob over all these years. Whilst I'm slightly looking at my football team going out of the Europa League. Sorry.
Is this what you're talking about? Tons of mice might have it for you.
Wah, wah.
Oh, and this is actually from our buddy Rowdy Fowdy. Did I say you could say my name, Wing? Let's address that. You're in the hot seat.
I'm glad that popped up when I got
So, Wayne,
Excuse
did
me?
he say that? Did he say that, Wayne? Did he say you could say his name, Wayne? Huh?
As your Lord and Savior.
Oh, Lord.
You see what happens? You see what happens? when you
my
slap him
Lord
with
and Savior
titles?
Jesus Wayne.
Dave is impossible. Dave is utterly impossible. Dave, why are you? Never mind.
So you've all got to remember, I'm the one here with a title, all right? I'm a lord.
Yeah. Yes, you are. Yes,
A
yes,
word
you
of
are.
something.
Shit, Lord,
Wow,
slum lord and millionaire.
I feel attacked right now.
Bag of dicks, Lord.
There he is. That's the motherfucking thing.
It is good
Run
to
me
see,
that.
though.
No, it's good to catch up with you, man.
Yeah. Sorry, I went through like a super huge depressive phase, and that shit
Yep.
happened.
Yeah.
I enjoy watching the little the Facebook like vlogs of your garden.
Speaking of which, that's where I'm going right now.
Nice.
That's what I call a segue, y'all. A segue.
Enormous
Mhm.
yard.
Mikey, you're like so empathic today with your segues.
It's like 100 degrees here today.
All right, don't rub it in.
He's
We
in the
had,
UK. They don't have weather.
we had hailstones today, for fuck's sake.
It was like 4 degrees
Hmm.
centigrade,
No, it's 13
because
centigrade.
that makes sense.
What's that, like 50 something?
Just cold. All right, you got to wear a jacket. All right, I don't dictate what like units of measurement we use. It's just what we use.
Well, I mean, for a world superpower that colonized the entire planet, you should probably have a handle on that, Wayne.
Mate, do you know what? Do you know what though?
come on.
We did fight back against the old kilometers thing because we do everything in miles per hour. We do all our heights in feet and inches.
Yeah,
we
but the
do our-
miles per hour thing is that was only because Jeremy Clarkson made a whole stink about it.
Yeah. Okay, so wait, how tall is a deer?
Oh, no idea.
Do they have deer? Do y'all have deer?
Yeah,
But,
of
okay,
course we fucking do.
how tall is a deer? About how tall?
I have no idea.
You've
never seen
one? See, in everywhere else in the world, well, mainly in America, we just say it's about as tall as a bicycle. There's no need to get into like, what do you guys use? What's that shit they use? Those meters,
Centimeters.
and meters.
No, we don't use that. We use feet and inches still. Like the thing is, because we are such a fucking nostalgic imperialistic bunch of cunts, right? We fought back against like the European Convention was all about do everything in liters, centimeters, and meters, but all the market traders over here, nah, fuck you, I'm selling a pound of bananas. I don't give a fuck what the Euros say. I don't give a monkeys, right? So we're sitting here and we've got like two different on our food. We've got two different measurements. Reason being, one's for the British market and one's for the European market. So you can go and buy a kilogram of mince, but you go to a butcher. Oh, I've got a pound of mince here. What? It's an absolute nightmare.
But we sell it in pounds. We buy mince in pounds as well.
Yeah, but we sell it in kilograms as well.
For what? Just everybody come over here and do the whole imperial system that y'all set up. We outnumber you like 3-1 at this point. So you might as well just go with the flow and give it up, man. Just give it up.
Against all of Europe.
Just remember, it's about as tall as a bicycle.
Let me see. Let me look up the population of Europe.
Just to clarify, this is the after show, not the actual podcast, right?
Yeah, this is the after show. Europe is about 560 million.
Oh, so we've nearly got you. We're just one place.
You're 350, aren't you?
Yeah, 350, 370.
Yeah, and we're 560. Do one. And we speak all kinds of fucked up languages.
Don't act like the UK is helping with that number by any stretch of the imagination.
Oh no, we're outliers.
You just two little rocks out there talking about, yeah, we helped. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. With your little queen, you're so cute. Good job.
We're just fanning flames over here right now. You lot fight amongst yourselves. We're having it out at the minute. We're having it out with fucking France over Jersey. Like we've sent 2 Navy frigates over to patrol the waters around the Channel Islands of Jersey because they haven't actually settled on the fishing rights of Jersey. So all these French boats are like muscling in and going, "No, this is our fucking water," and we're like, "No, this is our water. You've got to prove that it's your water." And yeah, the French fishermen went, "Oh, fuck you," and blockaded St. Helier. So we've had to send 2 frigates over there, and now France have sent one in. There's footage of a French trawler ramming a British trawler. So fuck off. It's hilarious. Yeah, we invented the world and fucked it
Glad
all
to hear
up.
that neither one of you have learned who's wearing the pants in that relationship.
Wow.
No, it's basically like cock measuring right now.
Right. Has been for hundreds of years.
Jenna Miu says the Austin Foudy. So cool. Austin, I would Jenna, you should probably reach out to Austin. He would be great to have on your show. Just saying. He's a good get.
I didn't know that I had like a bold and italicized "the" in front of my full name.
There, you want to see it again? Here it is.
There
it
Austin Foudy, you know what I mean?
Nah, mean. Austin Foudy, nah, mean. Oh my god.
that's one word, right? Nah, mean.
Right, I've got to take my shirt off. My fucking team just got knocked out of Europe.
Oh no, poor Wayne. You're muted, Dave.
That's frustrating as fuck.
Nope. I see your mouth moving, but I don't hear nothing.
Yeah, my mic's on.
There you go.
Yeah,
we couldn't hear you.
A second to kick back. Yeah, what team is this that Wayne cheers for here?
Arsenal.
They fly.
No. Well, you know.
Sounds good if you say it quick enough.
Do you take her up the Arsenal?
He roots for the Hobbiton Bowlers, the Proud Feet, whatever Middle Earth fucking place.
Yeah, whereas Dave, like, he's behind the curling drunks.
Hey, wait, we have the Whitecaps out here. We have a football team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that? That's Colorado, right?
No.
No,
Vancouver.
Vancouver. That's right. I'm sorry. You, of course, you said Canada earlier. Yep.
Yeah. What did I do?
Not much.
What do they do?
They kick the ball.
In Canada,
At the very least.
They're still trying to figure it out, eh?
Yeah. In Canada, soccer is still a drinking game, right?
I could see. I don't get if we could touch on what you said on the bin. Yeah, what they're doing with the Super League, I'm against it. They're just totally. They're making it so that those 12 teams are the only 12, the best teams, and only they can compete for the championship. That's basically what. Yeah, and they're pushing away a fan base that built them. And they're not allowing anybody else because you can't afford it. It's it's teams that I like. Like I'm a Barcelona fan. I'm a Real Madrid fan. Like I love those teams, but damn it, like really, I love Arsenal. Like they're just being destroyed. What was there's just so many. But the greatest teams are actually going into that, and I don't agree with it. And it's all money.
No, didn't the same thing happen with cricket though?
Yeah, with the Indian Premier League.
Yeah,
right. No.
Yeah,
but see, that wasn't the same as saying that they made an Indian Premier League. They didn't take from like the World League.
Yeah, and not only that, the Indian Premier League basically generated so much money that the top players all around the world could be drafted to play in this one league for a certain period of time. And the players made the money, not the actual corporation. Mm-hmm. So the players made all the money because they were bidding for, players from all around the world. They go there, they play for a little while, and they go back to their domestic leagues, and that's fine. Whereas the European Super League was to be replacing the already established Champions League, which means that all the revenue would be going to one place instead of being distributed around all these other teams, which had the chance to enter it, whereas this was a closed shop. So, as I said, if you were a Chelsea fan and your team got relegated to League Two, they would still be in this European Super League, which is nuts.
I'm no sports ball fan, but that does seem pretty fucked up.
Yeah. It basically like a conference team. So, the Khans own Jacksonville Jaguars. Jacksonville Jaguars are shit, right? They also own Fulham, right? Now, Jacksonville Jaguars can lose as much as they like. They'll still be in that conference next season. But Fulham who play in the Premiership are being relegated because they're shit, which means there's less money, less revenue, so there's jeopardy. Whereas this, where being a closed shop, is just chuck money at us, and then clubs can only get bigger, and they'll just dominate everywhere because they'll buy the best players because they've got the money, and that was the problem. And again, as I said in the show, if Arsenal are playing Tottenham, that means you're only travelling a few miles to the Tottenham Stadium. Or if you're playing Manchester United, you're only travelling like 300 miles up the road to go and watch an away game. Whereas this league would be saying to Arsenal fans, now you need to go to Barcelona every other week. You need to go to Real Madrid. You need to go to Juventus. You need to go, wherever. And it just showed their greed. It just exposed their greed of the owners.
What does that do to the local economy when,
it tries to separate those who can afford it and those who can't.
Yes, exactly that. The main thing was
very economic. No, my bad. It's a very economic strategy, political and economic strategy to just separate the elite from the poor.
Yeah, exactly that.
Soccer's always been that.
And not only that, they wanted the best of both worlds because they still wanted to play in their individual domestic leagues and compete in the midweek. So, say for instance, you're playing. Just use Arsenal Tottenham as an example. Arsenal are playing Southampton. So you go down to St Mary's on the south coast, and that's a few quid. You have a nice away day with your mates, watch your football, have a beer and that, and then go home that same day. Mm-hmm. Now, midweek, every week, you are now having to travel to sundry other European countries. You've got to pay your flights, you've got to pay your hotel, you've got to pay. We don't even know what sort of COVID restrictions are going to be in place in all these different countries as well. So you've got all that on board, and that's what the fans were disappointed with. And
it becomes patently exclusionary. Like it.
Yes. Yeah, but at the same time, it's the epitome of having your cake and eat it. Because we want to play in this elite league, but we're also playing the domestic league with all you minnows.
Well, and that flies in the face of what football's historically been, and particularly in Britain. It's always been, the people's game, right? It's always been the working class game where you can afford the ticket on the weekend.
Yeah.
Go with your friends, get, hammered at the pub and go knock around, right? Like,
yeah, exactly that.
That was baseball here in the United States until they started making it ridiculous to go attend a game. I mean, there's usually a national sport, and when you start, I guess, privatizing it. I was about to say globalizing.
For sure.
When you start privatizing it,
even college sports, like Boise State here, like I don't care to see them play ever, even though I graduated from that school, but it's ridiculous to try to get a working man's ticket to one of these games.
Yeah.
We have
I could understand the want to drive an economy in that particular manner, but again, you're excluding those who can't afford it. And you're completely segregating the classes.
Mm. Yeah. What were you saying, Dave?
Out here we have the Vancouver Canucks, and they had the fourth longest sellout streak in Major League Sports history. And at the end of that streak, when the Canucks were doing really well going into the playoffs, for a family of four to go to a game and have average seats, grab a drink each and something to eat each, was in the neighborhood of $400.
Well,
seriously, yeah.
Going to a movie.
Holy shit!
Going to a movie theater is $50 fucking. I'm sorry. No, I used to pay $2 matinee, 50-cent matinees.
The dollar show.
$5 to get me like three movies,
we're getting,
like a large bucket of popcorn, the hot dog, a soda.
We're dangerously close to the whole back in my day conversation.
I think we're officially there. I think we're old now. I think we're there now.
I can understand that prices are driven up. And I'm exaggerating, yes. But I have paid those prices. But we're talking $50 for one person to go and enjoy a movie. No.
Make a quick callback to the 70s for you there.
Oh,
Can we get some movie reservations?
Is Batman on the other end of that phone?
No, it's Hillary Clinton.
Oh,
Who do you want call? Who do you want answering that midnight phone call?
those phones are untraceable.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, she can't dip that motherfucker in acid.
Yeah.
but
That acid quits.
to your point, for me to go to an Arsenal game just on my own, it's the best part of £200 because they have
you
tiers
kidding
of
me?
games. Yeah, straight up.
Yeah.
Right, so if you go to a tier A game, because this is the other thing, they already have a caste systems for games. So if Arsenal are playing our local rivals, Tottenham, that's an A game. Man United, A game. Chelsea, A game. Man City, A game. Right, but then Burnley, that's a C game, or I don't know, a cup game, C game.
No, hold on. No. To be fair, that's kind of the same here. So, like, if you take the NBA for example, if the Lakers are in town versus the fucking Hornets are in town, it makes a big difference in the price of that ticket. Just because people are more people want to see the bigger stars come to the stage. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to just the other team that's just as shitty as we are.
But
because the Bulls are shit.
Here's a disparity. Now, if you're an away fan, the FA have imposed a cap in the ticket price.
Oh.
So if you want to go and watch Arsenal play Tottenham at Tottenham Stadium in the away game, you cannot pay more than £35 for that ticket. But if you want to go and watch Arsenal at your home ground, it's £90 minimum to go. And obviously, you have an allocation of home and away fans. You have less away fans.
Yeah.
So you're going to support your team, but you're being gouged for it.
How do they determine whether or not you're a fan that's going to the away or not?
Because you buy a ticket through the website of the football team you support.
I was about to say, then I would just go on to whoever is the team playing my team. I'm here for the away game, £35, please, and I slide that across the table.
Yeah, but then you're in amongst it. You don't want to be there.
Oh, because then you have to sit with those fans.
Oh,
right.
Yeah, if you're a West Ham fan at Millwall, that's not a good place to be.
Look, Wayne, I've been letting you make up words this whole time. You're gonna stop. Okay, Tottenham's not a place. Whatever you just said, that wasn't real.
Millwall, South London.
That's not a thing. You know it's not a thing.
And I'm certain there are more consonants in all the words that you've said in the last 20 minutes.
But there is a land of, what is it, Lancashire? Yes, there is.
Oh, wow. Yeah. The thing is,
it's called the Wankashire. If you say the Shire, you're just doing it all right.
The thing is, with my accent, I have very, very soft T's. So, like, I'll just say water. I'll say water or tattoo. I won't say tattoo or water because my accent just doesn't allow for it.
That's funny.
Yeah, I'm not that well spoken.
I don't mean to get
thanks for pulling me up on my grammar.
No, I like
Wayne bashing is not my forte. Sorry.
It's all right.
It's
fine. You'll keep.
Well, I mean, it was only what 2 weeks ago that Ike was on there, and she's like, "I'm sorry, I didn't hear anything you just said," and I was just like, "Oh Jesus, not this one, no."
Got her.
Yeah, you got her.
Nancy, come on.
Look,
what'd you name the puppy, by the way?
Oh, the puppy's name is Zelda.
Nice.
Oh, Zelda and Zero.
Princess Zelda.
Princess Zelda.
Wait, was Zelda the princess or wasn't the princess at the end of the game?
No, Zelda's the princess. The protagonist is Link.
Ah.
Yep,
Mason.
the dude with the sword is Link.
Yeah.
See, I'm so old. When everyone says Zelda, I think of the baddie from the Jerry Anderson 80s show, Terrorhawks, which you don't know anything about. So it's gone flying over your head.
Stop making stuff up. I'm sick of it. Terrorhawks is not a thing.
You're gonna have to go to Lancashire.
Right,
That's where
that's it.
these things exist.
I'm pulling up Terrorhawks right now.
You just
fuck
made that.
bag.
Sorry.
These things only exist in Lancashire.
He's making the show right now. He's like, he's designing
Yeah, I'm
a
editing
little
it and everything.
website.
Stick figures.
You did say Terror Hawks, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
TERRHAWKS. You can all find it yourselves.
Made it up.
Yeah.
Oh, our buddy Graham is live.
Mm-hmm. Should we raid him?
Yeah, because I'm actually.
He's on YouTube, isn't he?
I don't think he's.
Dave,
on
have you
Twitch,
found Terrorhawks?
No, I couldn't be bothered, Bev.
Fuck's sake. Let me do this shit.
I would like to get some more bin gaming in the works. We haven't gamed as a pod in quite some time. I think I got most of the individual things worked out, but I'm gonna need you to get your fucking archaic ass PlayStation together, Wayne.
It's up and running, mate. It's done.
Because we need to get some Warzone going with all of us.
Yeah, that needs to happen. The last time you and I played Warzone together, we got stupid drunk.
Oh my god,
I
it was so much fun.
I just downloaded the new Fall Guys as well.
Wayne, what is this?
It's Terrorhawks.
Stop it.
I did
There you
watch
go.
this shit. I personally did watch this shit.
Terrahawks.
And the
How
woman in the
awful.
middle was
I don't
Zelda.
remember any of the names or anything. I just remember being a kid seeing it. It'd come
Right,
on
so
Go ahead, play.
Don't play.
No.
They had Zeroids and I can't remember the cube ones. They were like the good and bad droids.
That is terrifying.
Is this like the Thunderbirds with the
Yeah,
it's
like
same guy. Same guy.
Yeah. They came from stuff. There was another one too. It wasn't just Terrorhawks. There's another one that they did the marionettes, and that's where what's the name? What did you just say? The South Park guys?
Thunderbirds.
Yeah, that's where they came from.
Yeah, you had Fireball XL5, which is an old black and white one in the 60s. Then you had Joe 90, you had Stingray, Thunderbirds, then you had Captain Scarlet, and then Terrorhawks in the 80s.
Yeah.
I mean, if it wasn't Ninja Turtles, I couldn't be bothered.
No, but the thing is,
and even those, I'm sorry, even the Ninja Turtles, like when they came out with the cartoons, it was a huge disappointment because I grew up with them with the comics, and they were watered down tremendously.
Yeah, the comics were very dark, right?
Very.
It was intense. Like they were not for
they were
children.
badass. They were killers. They were like, I want to see what they kill this time. And they watered them down, so I was I just felt like throwing up. The new movies they put out resemble them a little closer, especially animated wise, but they still don't portray the original Ninja Turtles.
no, even over here they watered the cartoon series down because they had to redub the opening titles to say instead of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, it was Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles because ninjas were too violent apparently.
We use ninjas, but
since we're on to like pop culture-y, comic-y things, who has watched Invincible? And if you haven't, why not?
What is it?
It's on Amazon. It's an animated show. It's kind of anime like the Batman and Batman the Animated Series.
No, I'm not sure yet.
It's like The Boys from Amazon as well. Like it's dark. It is proper dark. And it's a star-studded cast. Everyone's voice acting is amazing. The story is surprisingly good. Surprisingly good.
Is this on Amazon? What's it on?
It's on Amazon. It's called Invincible.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check it
out. I've been watching it like as it's been coming out, and it's buddy. What else have I been watching?
I don't watch much TV, and when I want to watch something, I forget about all these titles, and I just skip right through them.
Yeah, I'm gonna start a list. I'm gonna just text it out to everybody, like homework for next after show.
I figure that the like my lists on all those services are just where the shows that I am kind of interested go to die.
Yeah.
Because I never watch any of them.
Right. Yeah. There's on my list, my favorites.
I might be in the mood for that when I'm depressed. Maybe, but
Even then,
I can't think of the dude who's the dad. The dad, J.K. Simmons. J.K. Simmons is the voice of the dad. So it's like the dad's a superhero, and then the son is learning to become a superhero. Like that's kind of, let's see here. Invincible is an adult animated superhero series that revolves around 17-year-old Mark Grayson, who just like every other guy his age, except his father is the most powerful superhero on the planet, Omni-Man. But as Mark develops powers of his own, he discovers his father's legacy may not be as heroic as it seems.
as it
Proper dark. Proper.
Oh.
Holy shit, that was fucked up.
Have you seen? Is it Raising Dylan?
I know what you're talking about.
The little kid, he's got
The
superpowers.
little black kid.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know what you're talking about. No, I haven't seen it. I don't watch that
It's
shit.
fucking brilliant.
Is it?
Yeah,
Dion.
I loved it. Dion.
Raising Dion.
I gotta check those shits out.
Oh, Michael
One
B.
day,
Jordan.
one
Oh,
day.
what do you know? Michael B. Jordan's in it. You know, I'm about sick of him.
Yeah. No, I don't want to
you
watch
bite
it.
your tongue.
Yeah, he
You
plays his
can't
dad.
be in everything.
No, I don't want to watch it.
Yeah, you can't be in everything and be that ridiculously handsome. Fuck you.
Between him and Idris, can you not? Can you
Oh,
just
whoa,
not?
whoa. You put some fucking respect on his name.
Oh, see, there it is. There,
Big Driss. Big Driss.
I mean, not for nothing. I'll give him mad props. I didn't know anything about him, and the way I was introduced to him was The Wire, and I was like,
Oh, really?
Yeah. So when I found out about him, I was kind of impressed about the character he played.
yeah, because he's not a brother. He's
Right.
from the UK. Like you didn't
Right.
know that. You thought he was homeboy. Nah, he's
Mikey, little Bing connection. He went to school with Scott's sister.
So
There you go.
if you think about it, I'm only like 5 people away from Idris Elba.
There you go.
There you go.
Drink it.
Drink it.
Drink it. You slag.
Yeah, fucking, I'm trying to have a nice show. It's falling off of the rails last night. And then I look in the fucking chat, and it's fucking Wayne calling me a fucking slag. So I call him a chav. Dutch puts up me being a slag on the screen, but forgets to put the chav up there. I'm like, that was a pretty good retort in British nomenclature. I think I got him back.
It was.
but
No, it was. Yeah, well done, Mikey.
I've been learning.
I'm making Cockney out of you yet, boy.
The Misfits, have you seen that? That takes place over on your side of the pond.
Oh yeah.
No.
The Misfits is really good. It's more youth and superpowers.
Mikey, I have to carve time out of my day to do this show.
Mm-hmm.
Look, you do have some free time, and you're going to be going back to the gym anyway. You just fucking put your little Bluetoothies in. You put your phone on the treadmill or whatever you're doing. It's right there. You can just watch it while you're working out.
Yeah, but my gym ain't got Wi-Fi, so it's using my data. I ain't up about that.
Is your gym your wank station? Is that?
Wow. Austin's coming hot, isn't he? Jesus.
Coming in hot.
I can't see your forearms, but I'm assuming there's a disparity between the two.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's why he's got tattoos all over that one to make it look smaller.
So this one gets you, and then this one puts you to sleep. So
No,
wind
this
your
one
neck in.
gets you, and then this one gets you.
Oh,
It's
fucking hell.
It's a get forget thing, you know.
Transatlantic fighting talk.
Sorry,
See,
I'm all sorts of feisty today. I don't know what.
Austin coming in spicy. I like that
Oh,
shit.
about to cut a promo on fucking Austin.
I appreciate the spice. Since our fearless shitlord is not here, Austin, do you have any thoughts for Jarthan, who has tummy troubles and could not make the after show or finish the show?
he was flushed with excitement.
Can we all raise a drink to Jartan, our fallen
It's
angel?
so hard
Do
to
we have
say
any-
goodbye.
I mean, all I
Don't.
would say is don't strain. Give it like 10 minutes at a time.
So
This push.
Jartan was doing a different type of streaming. Is that what you're saying?
No, strain. Don't strain. Oh, yes. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
Sweet,
Sweet.
get in here. Let me get Sweet in here.
I think he was. Yeah, he was
That's
in
funny.
bits. To be fair,
It's really, he's not good at lying or pretending, so you could tell when he's actually hurting because he's just a shit liar. So
yeah. But our thoughts and prayers are with him.
Oh,
yeah, hopes and prayers.
No, thoughts and prayers because he's probably done in.
He's gonna.
Eh, You know, I think this is like every other fucking British show that we all love, Top Gear and the Grand Tour.
Oh,
Well,
Top
I
Gear and
see-
the Grand Tour.
I see our friend is really in need of help. And in traditional bin fashion, we will leave him behind.
Let him leave it behind. Yeah.
and talk about him.
My favourite scene from all of Top Gear is when James Hammond, James May,
James Hammond.
James
What the
May,
fuck?
James May is constantly getting battered by the other two. I think they're in like
oh.
James May is constantly getting battered by the other two, and they're on this suicide road or something in South
the
America.
most dangerous road in the world in Bolivia.
And
Oh,
Hammond
yeah,
goes into the back of him, and he just comes out with a machete.
No,
and
it was
and he's
Jeremy.
not fucking around in that one.
It was
No, he
Jeremy.
was-
He's like,
he
I'm
was
going to kill you
pissed.
very slowly now.
Oh, it was when they were going through. Yeah, when they bumped him on that
Yeah.
road.
Yeah.
Uh,
And then,
he's
then you
got-
just see he just Hammond's back in his car. It's like, whoop. Oh,
Yeah.
James is killing Jeremy, so that's going well.
The thing is, he's got such a deadpan face on him. You can see he's gone. He wants to kill.
I love that show. And to be fair, there is a lot to be mad at them about, but I think they do a lot more. They do a lot more right than they do wrong.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. They're all the typical middle-aged, middle-class, white privileged men that they are. Because Jeremy Clarkson says some fucking outlandish shit. Going as far as counting the amount of non-white faces in adverts and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I forgive him because he makes me laugh.
Yeah.
Well, there is that whole thing, and we talk about it quite a bit on Andy's podcast in the Laughing and Disbelief that's on in the morning. And there is comedy, and there is someone trying to be funny, and there is somebody being insulting. And just because somebody tells a joke that you don't particularly get or like doesn't mean they were trying to attack you. They told a joke and it missed, right?
Yeah.
In the realm of comedy, this happens. We all understand that. And I think we have to back off that a bit because we're affecting what can be written and what can be discussed and what can be explored by saying you can't say this or anything like this.
Yeah.
Comedy is comedy, and just because you don't get it or like it doesn't mean it wasn't intended to be funny.
Yeah.
I would tend to agree with that for sure. I think that part of the problem that I have with Jeremy Hammond,
Jeremy Hammond and
Stig May, I think his name is Stig
Clarkson
May.
yeah. I mean, ultimately, it's like, sometimes the jokes that he chooses to try to have land just serve to further minoritize or marginalize certain groups and classes of people, and that I can't get behind that.
Yeah.
I 100% agree with you. 100%
Yeah.
agree with you.
Like, is it just me, or does everyone cringe a little bit whenever they say the locals?
Yeah.
It's like, don't call them the fucking locals. You're the fucking foreigner, you fucking asshole.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
there's this definite narrative of colonizers running through their shows when they go to places where there's like non-white people.
For sure. And then,
Because-
I mean, just general homophobia too kind of runs thick through all of that shit.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
But-
look at the American special they did when they went to the South.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
they had like Man Love Rules, Hillary for president, and country music sucks. You know, they're playing on stereotypes.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
They literally hit all of the right buttons to get somebody fucking pissed off down there, though. That was exactly the three things they needed to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Wayne, how much of what they're saying is, and I'm asking as a Canadian, don't take this the wrong way, but how much of what they're saying, being who they are and where they're from, 50-plus-year-old men that are white from that area, how much of that is culture? Just saying those words because that's what those words have meant for so long.
I would say that 90+% of it is just their usual culture. This is the people that they hang around with. I mean, Jeremy Clarkson's been in the media for years, and he's been at the upper echelons of the BBC for years.
Yeah.
And not that BBC. Ho ho ho!
Bazinga.
So, directly to your point.
But yeah, no, I get what you're saying, because there is that mentality amongst people of that ilk that feel that, you know, that's just what we say. And I would put them in the same category as the people that, when I go and do a job, they say, "Oh, so where are you from?" And I'm like, "Oh, Basildon." And they're like, "Yeah, but where are you really from?" And I'm like, Basildon. You know, it's those kind of people. They don't really understand that what they're saying is kind of offensive in the sense of you're seeing me as the other, but when I say to you I'm from the same place as you, you still see me as different.
As a 50-year-old white man who lives in a very progressive and very multicultural area, I work with people who are from all over the world. And when somebody says, "Oh, I live in Delta," I don't say, "Oh, where are you from originally?" I say, "Oh, were you born in Delta?" Or I am conscious of making that error of saying that, even though it may not be misconstrued as me saying you're not the right color for who belongs there, or you're typically the right color for who belongs there. You know, you want to make that sort of next level, right? Like, you don't want to just have somebody misinterpret what you're saying. I mean, maybe I'm being oversensitive about it because I don't want people to think that I'm speaking that way. But
yeah, I think the thing for me is there is definitely a generational thing when it comes to that. And the only reason that people ask you where you're from and then have a follow-up is because they're asking that. Yeah. If they say, "Where are you from?" "Oh, Basildon." And they're like, "Oh, cool, yeah, I know Basildon." That's it. That's where the conversation stops. If you then have a follow-up, the follow-up is genuinely because, "Oh, you don't look indigenous. Oh, you must be from one of them foreign places." And like, I couldn't be like more common to my area. I am a product of my environment. I sound like all my mates I went to school with, and all the people around here, I sound exactly the same. And so when I get that follow-up question, I'm like, "Oh, here we go." You know what I mean?
Certainly, and like being from a place that deems itself culturally diverse because we have a fucking Panda Express.
Ooh.
You know, I had one of those follow-up situations. I mean, I've told stories like this before on here, but I had a follow-up situation that you're describing the other day where this gal mistook me for somebody that she knew who was of, Latin American descent. And then when I said, no, A, I'm not him. We don't all look alike. And B, she followed up with like, oh, so what that question? Where are you from, or what are you, or whatever, right? Which the what are you question is just absurd. Like I hate that one.
Yeah.
She goes, I tell her, I'm a Black American, and she goes, but where are you really from? Like,
Space, motherfucker.
Like, Middle Eastern, like you're from Morocco. I'm sure you're from Morocco. I was like, you don't know me.
But she wouldn't say that. She wouldn't say that to the white lady next to her.
Right. So as I'm engaging in my bouncer duties at the bar, why are you like marginalizing me and othering me in this context? Like it's so stupid.
It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. Again, but being like, I mean, Austin, you already pulled me up on my accent and my lack of syllables and shit.
Well, that's the thing, though. Like, at least for me, when I ask people certain things, it's usually because, I cannot place your accent. So what I'll do is I'll be like, not the Midlands, maybe around London. And they say, oh, okay. So he's trying. All right, I'll tell him where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm like, you're not Australian. You're definitely not South Africa? Oh. And then they say,
because,
you know what I mean?
Because that would make more contextual sense in their limited view.
I was like, oh, yes, South Africa. Yeah. How did you know? And then it's like,
do you like white bread or brown bread?
I like free bread, motherfucker. Back up off me.
I used to work for a South
Dave Chappelle joined the chat, everybody.
No, get away from me.
What were you saying?
Oh, I used to work for a South African fellow, and every now and then I can pick up that accent from somebody you're talking to. But you learn that over time when you interact with them. And like I said, I'm from Vancouver. If you want to hear 8 different languages spoken in 5 minutes, just walk down Robson Street. Like it's a very multicultural, very diverse community down here. So
yeah, Tons of Mice brings up a great point, Mikey. Jump.
I had you guys full screen so I could see you better. Let's see here.
Wait.
Oh, Wonder Lady, get in here, Wonder Lady. Let me get you a link. I miss your face.
Why croissants?
I remember years ago.
Do you know what ghoul is?
I don't know what that is.
Yes.
France.
For fuck's sake, yes. That's why I said that.
Years ago, I went to California. 4 friends of mine and I jumped on our motorcycles and went down to Orange County. And we're on the beach down there, and a guy says, "Oh, you're from Canada. Do you know Doug?" No. So he starts describing Doug, and he says, "Oh yeah, he lives in this neighborhood, and his parents own a store in Whistler, and he plays rugby, and he's got an older brother named so and so." And I'm like, "Yeah, I go to high school with him."
Oh shit!
I actually went to high school with him.
You say that? I know Doug. Good pal of mine. Got the false eye.
That's funny. That's funny.
So I think that's the reason everybody in California thinks Canada is about, yay big.
Well, I just want to point out, like, I get the frustration being the person of color and people asking obviously insensitive questions and trying to figure out things. But I think there has to be, not to say that you guys aren't doing this, but there has to be some leeway given to people who are genuinely curious and who are trying to build a bridge. Because we can't just shut down everybody trying to build a bridge. But someone outside of the bar saying, "I know you're from Morocco. Look at you. You gotta be from Morocco." but I want to like leave
calm down, KV.
But my tolerance level for that bullshit is so low because I feel like as Boise in particular, like likes to think itself such a progressive place, which for Idaho, sure, for the world, no. You know, I walk away from those questions. I just flat out dismiss them wholesale. I don't do that. I'm not engaging in that. I'm not going to have that conversation of why your microaggression is offensive or like damaging. I don't have patience for it. I compared microaggressions the other day to just getting hit in the face with ping pong balls over and over and over again. And singularly, they don't hurt. They're not damaging. But when it happens day in and day out, and it's just part of your regular repertoire and experience walking around in a largely white community, because every one of my neighbors in this neighborhood that I'm sitting in right now is white.
Yeah.
It becomes draining. Like it becomes an annoyance that you become resentful of, and rather than confronting that resent, I just don't engage in that behavior anymore.
Yeah,
that is a manner of self-care and self-mental wellness. Yeah. Don't even bother.
I have a different technique to you, Austin. No. It works for me because it belittles their prejudice. They say.
I thought you were going to say throat punch or something crazy.
Yeah, just RKO out of nowhere.
Watch out.
By God, he's got a family.
Wait, Mortal Kombat just came out, didn't it?
Yeah.
No, what I do is I literally just say Basildon, and they say, "Oh, so where are you from? Basildon. Oh, where are your parents from? Basildon. And where are they from? Basildon." And I just keep reiterating that point because all of the things that they're trying to sort of project onto me have no relevance to who I am.
For sure, and they're trying to exoticize you, right? They're trying
to,
and that's.
Like if you got me and my mate Dave here, right? They're not asking him the same questions.
That's right.
It's like, what?
Does Dave know Doug?
He must know. He must know Doug.
I just looked it up, and the neighborhood I live in, the exact streets area I live in, is very non-white, but the town I live in is 36% visible minorities. Which but
where are they from?
Most. Yeah, exactly. And, I guess visible minorities means I don't even want to say it out loud, right? Like,
go. You're amongst friends. Carry on.
Is that non-white? Is that
he's dark white? Is that what it is?
I mean, legitimately, I think that's non-white passing minorities, right? Like
this is the other thing. The term minorities is kind of degrading in itself because I know a lot of people that are dickheads and they're in the minority, right? So.
Well, no, certainly, and that is a good point too, because the term minority that invokes a sense of deficit,
yes,
a value deficit, right?
Yeah.
So, what instead of minority that I've been using is minoritized, because it's an external force that is creating that minoritized factor or that state.
Austin, do you have Audible at all? The app.
I do. I'm kind of patently anti-Amazon, so it just sits there with nothing in it.
I would really encourage you to get the.
I also
book.
know how to read.
No, but it's just.
What are you trying to say, Wayne? He can't read. He's got to get the Audible. What the fuck, Wayne?
He's just said he's busy. That's why he's.
People outside of Lancashire, sorry.
Right.
They can read.
I would very much recommend the book by the rapper, poet, and activist Akala, a book called Natives, where he talks about colonialism from the British point of view, and he talks about the racialization of people because he's a mixed race guy as well,
Right.
and he talks about how he fell into certain traps and stuff. And it's a really, really good book. I've got 20 minutes left on it.
What is the title of the book again?
Natives.
Natives. Okay.
Yeah, it's a fantastic book. And
I'm gonna read it too, even though you didn't invite me to read it, fucker.
Yeah, right.
I like books. Shit.
You can all read it. It's just that I was addressing Austin's point. So fucking hell.
But you said only Austin can read
What's
it.
it all about fucking Mikey all of a sudden?
No,
Don't make me. I'm kind of promo on you now, bitch.
Can other people read the book or just Austin? Because you only told Austin, and it was rude of me to over listen to your conversation.
I recommended it to Austin because of the subject matter we were talking about.
I'm reading the shit too. He can't stop me. I'm reading this shit. Fuck him.
Fucking yeah. All right.
I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read it. You can't stop me.
As soon as I finish reading the stack of other depressing literature I have at my disposal.
No, but the thing is, this is a really insightful look at British culture when it comes to.
I'm for sure interested. Yeah.
Could you sound more nonchalant?
I think with everything going on, and I don't know why I started scrolling through Twitter, but Colombia is fucking popping off, and they've cut off the internet to all the people down there. So the police are killing people, and it's this. I know it's very ostrich head in the sandy, but I would love for everyone to join our Discord. We're gonna start doing some gaming nights and stuff like that because while advocacy and positive works are crucial, decompression is also crucial because we are still humans at the end of the day, and we have to have some jokes in there to remind us that we're people in the first place. Yeah. We are not social justice machines capable of just not being affected by the world around us.
Yeah, my gaming night's gonna have to be around this sort of time though for you because the kids are in bed. I can't.
Motherfucker, what's up there? Shit, you want to go to this fucking shit? I got the shit right. What you got? What you need to control?
I ain't got Warzone. I got Fall Guys.
Fall Guys.
But you don't.
I love Fall Guys.
You don't have 300 gigs on your gaming system to have Warzone on it.
No,
it's getting quite big now, isn't it?
It's ridiculous.
I don't even recognize that game anymore.
I haven't played it in forever just because every time I go to play it, there's another 50 gigs I have to download. I'm like, I just did this 2 weeks ago.
I know.
I have got the most basic entry level PS4. You put 5 games on it, it's like, oh, we need more memory. Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm deleting basic shit.
I don't even have a game system.
Yeah,
that's okay.
Broke.
Yeah, but you have a gaming chair, so you're all right.
Well, I have computers that are plugged into my TV, and I have a half decent steering, like force feedback steering wheel with the shifter and the pedals and the whole deal to play games on. So
hang on a minute, right? Oh, I haven't got a gaming system. No, I've got a fucking rig.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, the guy who came in from TELUS to hook up my internet walked by my desk and said, "Hey, nice rig," and I didn't know what he was talking about for a second. I'm like, "Oh yeah."
You just check your flies. Like, I didn't think that was poking out. What the hell? Didn't feel it breathe.
You give him a nod, and you're like, "Yeah, I vape."
Exactly right.
Yeah. Excuse me, sir.
I'm a professional vapist.
No,
I'm Canadian. We all have one of these, right?
What the fuck is that?
What is that?
Is that a battery?
Is that just your like Canadian rations of weed?
Oh, okay. No, I see. I thought it was a battery.
It's an old Shell oil can or a car care kit. But everyone out here has one of these to hide their weed in.
I'm sure American Pickers will give you like $800 for that.
Idaho just like outlawed the possibility that weed will ever be in the legislative process ever.
What? Why?
Yeah. Because
it's Idaho.
We're assholes.
Oh my
Fucking
God.
Idaho, dude.
But I'm saying, like, it's demonstrably not as bad as alcohol. demonstrable. It is clear. The evidence is there. They don't have a case. It is the biggest
We
farce.
Mikey
also
is-
just had a House of Representative member dox a rape victim who was raped by another House of Representative member.
Good Lord.
Like this state is so fucked up and backwards. I'm so that's what I was saying. I'm coming to Canada.
Canada.
Oh, actually, no, let's not say that because they produced Stephen Crowder.
Oh, hey, and Jordan Peterson.
Oh, yeah. Oh, fuck yeah.
But they've exported those. They've exported those to the
Yeah.
States, which is why we're going up there now that those two assholes are gone.
along
rid
with
of them and
along with
Celine
Justin
Dion.
Bieber.
Yeah, but no one asked where they're from.
Faye, what's up, sweetie?
Not much. How are you?
Good. So are you joining us on this caravan to the frozen north?
Sure. I'd like the cold, so I'll be right at home.
Faye, I miss your voice.
How are you?
I'm good, mate. You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. I've been working on stuff.
Okay.
You have a
Yes.
different picture. I'm making you full screen. Let's check this picture. Ooh. I like the picture.
Thank you.
Looks like there's been a spell cast upon some land.
No, it's a how I feel at work piece.
Is it a
Okay.
painted into the corner piece?
Basically, it's like sometimes I feel like I am cleaning the floor into the corner, and I have to sit there forever.
Well, you can come here and be free.
I'd probably
I
end up
want
cleaning
to
there.
break free.
No matter where I go, I seem to do housework.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's me.
I live alone. If I don't do housework, it doesn't get done.
I was gonna
no.
say thanks, patriarchy.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
I have a. I don't know if you guys knew this about me. I can be a bit controlling at times.
No,
Kind of have
Really?
to have my way. I mean, it
Oh, really?
from time to time it flares up, like a bad infection. But like I will literally just do stuff just because I'm like, if I ask her to do it, then she won't do it the way that I like it done, and then there will be an argument. So I'll just do it.
Oh,
Okay.
I just do it. I just do it.
Mikey, you're triggering me. I know I don't want to say stuff online.
I'm just saying she's not watching right now, Wayne. You can. Hey, Wayne. This is a safe
Right.
space.
Let me tell you something.
Wait, hold on. Let me put my screen recorder on right now.
That's funny.
Right. Something that absolutely boils my piss is we have a marble chopping board,
Mhm.
all right, which has got a smooth side and you've got the underside, which has got the little feet on it.
Yeah.
Kerry will wash it and then lean it up against the windowsill so you get a nice line across
the windowsill.
chopping side. The chopping side.
Oh.
Like a watermark.
Yeah.
I'm like, can you just turn it around
Right.
so the bottom of it is on that, not the chopping
Right.
side? Then it will dry nicely.
You're right.
Nope.
Can't be bothered.
Nope.
Can't be bothered.
Nope.
That solidifies it, Wayne. You and I are the same person.
Uh,
100%.
2
That
seconds.
shit. What'd you say? Boils my piss as well.
Yeah. Hang on.
he's gonna go get it and show us now.
as soon as he said that, I wrote it down. I'm like, oh, I'm using that later.
Actually, it's dirty right now because I need to wash it myself. No, because I cooked the steak earlier, and I put it on there to rest, and yeah, it's over there on the side. But yeah,
Just
it's
use a plate.
it's infuriating. It's infuriating.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what we
it's-
do.
You turn it one way, and the water will build up on the back of it, and it doesn't go on the chopping side. You don't have to wash it twice.
No, I'm just feeling like really, really guilty. Like Alex is gone right now. She's in Utah at a dance competition, and I'm like, oh god, all there are so many little things that are similar to that. Like,
So let's just qualifier, just disclaimer. These are not things that we want to leave our mates over, but it's those little annoyances of little things. Like it's not in the grand scheme of things. We couldn't be luckier to have better people in our lives.
for
But
sure.
damn, if you could just
assured,
not do this.
rest assured, I know for a fact that she is equally annoyed with me over certain things, like me hoarding all of the water glasses in my office.
Oh.
I don't know why you're calling me out about my Coke cans, Austin. That had nothing to do with the conversation. How dare you? I'll take them out when I'm good and ready. Right now.
Like she left to go to Utah yesterday, and I was like, why do I have so many glasses in my office? Because she left and she hasn't been picking up after my lazy ass.
It's like there's glasses everywhere.
See, the thing for this is one of my biggest bugbears, right? When it comes to washing up, right? You scrape the food into the bin, right? It goes in the fucking bin.
Yes.
Right? When I have to sit there and declog my sink because there's so much food compacted in there because you just scraped it in there and thought, oh, it just flow away. It would just flow away. No, because I'm the one who's got to deal with the fucking trap that's full of shit, and then chuck it in the bin with the putrid stink of the non-draining sink.
Well, with the dissemination of technology, I'm sure it won't be too many more years until garbage disposals reach the UK.
Yeah, I was about to say, have you not heard of garbage disposals?
Right.
I think you're looking at a Badger 5 there.
No, what we're doing over here is any food we don't eat that can't be used or composted, we put in the bin.
Right.
Right? Then we clean all the liquid detritus off of the plate and the dish, and we put it on the draining board.
Okay.
We don't just chuck it all in the sink and let it drain and fuck up the sink and fuck up the plumbing. No.
But that's the thing. If you have this thing called a garbage disposal, you have this little extra trap that collects all the nasty, chops it up into little itty bitty bits. It all flows down the drain. Everybody continues on with their life. It's great. You should get one. They're not expensive.
They've saved marriages.
They have. And then guess what? Hey, the sink smells a bit, right? You throw a couple of ice cubes in there. It breaks up the ice cubes. It collects all the little crumblies. Run some hot water. Your sink smells brand new. It's
How
great.
about you be responsible for your own waste? Don't expect a machine to do it.
Oh,
I ain't a fucking machine.
Responsible for your own waste, and we're back to Jartan.
Tons of mice. Clip that.
I personally don't like letting anything go down the drain, but yeah. I mean I'm with Wayne on this one as far as throwing it out first and not letting clog up your drain in any way.
I agree, but I mean I also compost, so
yeah, what you can.
Oh, what's this? I have a text from Mrs. Famine upstairs who's supposed to be taking a nap, but she's instead criticizing me. She said, now it makes sense. You think we still have a garbage disposal. That's why you throw all the food in the sink. All right, young lady, in the chat, why don't you talk? No. In the chat, why don't you talk about your lunch tins that you leave in the sink? So now hold on. I have to tell a short story here. So I was being a very good mate, a good partner, and I was making her lunch for her with a snack every day. I even got some like meal prep, like plastic, like tins, or not tins, like the little containers.
Tubs.
Yeah, the little tubs, like for meal prep. Like I was like meal prepping out her stuff. You know, I had to stop doing it because she would not crack them open after she had like, I don't know, sandwiches.
Oh no,
fruit, and just the visceral fucking putrid. What's it called when you like fermented? It was like the most, like it was every time I would break the seal on one of those things.
I need to get some pearls. I need to clutch them.
It was the worst smells because it was like strawberries, blackberries, and blueberries from like 8 days previous that I'm just like picking up. I'm like, what is it? And then that would just hit me right in the olfactory. And just fuck me up for
You
hours.
probably could have made some wine out of that.
Well, Mikey Famine, everyone, soon to be on Bumble.
I'm just saying, I went the extra step, and then she would just throw the whole thing into the sink full of food. But now she can. Oh, look. Oh, so now she's awake.
Engagement cancelled.
Well, I'm not going to say that I'm a little like Mikey and I'm a little like Wayne, but boy, I tell you, when I have people over for dinner and after dinner you go to do something, you turn on the TV or you go to set up a game board or you go to the washroom for a moment and you come back and somebody else is loading your dishwasher.
Oh, no.
Oh man, that makes my eye twitch.
You're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
Just don't touch it. You don't know what you're doing. Just leave it.
It's not yours.
Plates
Leave it
don't go
alone.
there. Plates don't go there.
And another thing that really pisses me off when it comes to washing up, if you've not got that tap running and you're rinsing the bubbles off of that fucking dish, and you,
Oh, I love hearing the water run. I'm like a cat. Let that shit run.
yeah, you're constantly washing and rinsing that dish because when you put it on a draining board, there should be nothing but water draining off of that. No fucking soap suds, no bubbles, no shit. Right? That plate is clean. It's on the draining board to dry. It's not there to wait for that little flake of to fall off. No. It's there to dry. Fuck the bubbles. Fuck the detritus. It is getting rid of all of that shit whilst you're washing it.
Because, like the last thing that I want on my steak, as it says to rest, is the residue from the dish
Last
soap.
week's steak.
or last week's steak, yeah.
Exactly that. Oh, darling, this steak's lovely. It tastes very washing up liquid. Beautiful.
Has anybody ever worked in the kitchen?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I have.
They don't wash dishes that way. You know that, right? Like even at a bar, like when you're a bartender, you just dunk them from liquid to soap to chemical to dry.
Oh no! Then it goes to the machine. After that,
No, there's no machine, dude. Like
we had one.
Dunk.
We had
we
one.
wash our dishes at the bar for sure.
Yeah, no. Look, as a bartender, you have a you got a sanitation sink. You got a hot dish.
Oh,
and you got
yeah.
sanitation.
Oh yeah, for the glasses. Yeah,
that doesn't require it. That's what I'm saying.
but it's got a little motorized scrubber, dude, that you can zoop dunk in the other one, and then you let it dry.
The cool bars might have that.
Oh, see, stop drinking in them places, bro. If they can't afford the little zoot,
No,
you good.
I've bartended in those places.
The bar that I work at, we've got a dishwasher.
Easy's drinking in a bar where like when you wash your dishes where like the horses like get their food.
just in general, the places you go, do that. You just don't, it's not everybody who cleans their shit really.
Are you just throwing a couple gold coins at your bartender and like I will have a room and a horse and a woman to my room.
Yeah.
There should be part of the
cantina.
drink order now. I would like a beer in a clean glass.
Yeah.
That's, and the thing is, Faye, to your point, that's when they take like exception to you. Oh, you want a clean glass, snob? Right, we're gonna piss in this.
This just in from Mrs. Famine. You better watch it. Next up, I'm calling you out for leaving all the empty cans next to the trash instead of in it.
Wow.
I can explain.
You better.
When I'm bringing 77 Coke cans out of my office, I can't empty them of all of their contents. So the last little sip that you sometimes don't drink.
We call it the dregs.
Yeah, I can't be bothered to drink that. So I can't do that to each can and compress it so that I can fit into the recycling bag so that it all goes into the recycle bin.
72
I can't do all of that in one. I can't do all of that in one step.
Wait.
I have to sit them all there, and then I forgot I'm still live streaming. I have to come back. She comes home from work. She complains about the cans, and it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing.
You just 72 cans monthly?
Look, I don't need judgment right now. I need help.
No. I'm judging. Mikey, you've literally got 2 pipe cleaners hanging down from your shirt sleeves. How are you drinking that much Coke and not being fat?
I'm better than you, Wayne.
Metabolism, man. Metabolism.
That's a lot of sugar.
I could eat the worst. I could eat McDonald's every day for a year, and I would not gain a pound.
But that's not healthy. Like the
That's why I don't do it.
I like drinking a soda or two, but 72. How often? I'm asking out of concern, not as a joke.
I probably realistically have like 2 or 3 cans of soda a day.
That's a lot.
Which is more than average, I would say. But I also drink water, and I also drink a lot of alcohol. But okay, listen, lady, do I have to 72? You know what? Listen, lady,
a day. You see, a day.
Look at this. Look at this. Bomb in the chat.
Yeah. For the record, Austin, I hate you.
I'm sorry. But you know the downside of that is like I went through a period where I was eating probably like a pound of bacon a day.
Good times.
And I wasn't gaining any weight, and I was drinking and whatever, but my cholesterol went up.
Right.
Yeah.
And I wasn't gaining any weight, and I went to the doctor because I started having like chest pains.
Right.
And this is back when I was like 27, 28 years old. I'm 33 now. And my doctor said, you need to stop that or you're going to have a heart attack.
Yeah, you're going to die.
Because he was like, all of my cholesterol, like the bad cholesterol levels in my blood
HDLs.
samples were off the charts.
Yeah. But see, that's one thing with me. Every time I get the little finger prick because we do that with work. They give you like a little medical screening, and then if you're really healthy, then you can get a discount on your health insurance. So I do it every time.
Isn't that fucked up in itself?
Yeah.
Which kind of defeats the purpose. I'm not the one that needs the discount. Maybe give them the discount because they're going to be calling you guys a lot more quickly than I will. But my LDLs are always super high. My HDLs are always super low. And she's
what
like,
are those, please?
I don't remember what each one stands for. I can look it up though. But my good cholesterol was like triple what she was expecting, and my bad one was not even near what it was supposed to be at, and that was 2 years ago. So I've gained fucking 30 pounds since COVID, but that's just because I like food.
Well,
and I'm getting old.
I've been actively hitting the gym for the last week and a half, and I've lost a little bit. I've not lost a lot, but let me check my shit.
I lost 6.5 pounds just moving.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see here. Cholesterol, which is a waxy substance produced in the liver. Here's the blood cholesterol.
I'm currently 259.
259 pounds?
Yeah.
Oh, you're a big boy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 166.6 pounds.
Oh, fuck. I hate you even more.
I think that's right about where I'm at.
To that point, though, my best friend Ed, who will admit that he's in his 40s and he will admit that he's overweight for sure. The issue that I have when I have more of a like sedentary lifestyle and I tend to eat more crap and whatnot, I tend to lose weight to the point of being like severely malnourished and underweight. So when I'm going to the gym and working out, like I'm not necessarily comparing the two, like weight gain or obesity to malnourishment. But
how tall are you, Austin?
I'm 6'2".
Okay, so you're an inch shorter than me. So That's
Me and
where
Austin, I'm the body double for Austin then, because we're almost the exact same height and the same weight.
Right. So like over COVID, I lost 25 to 30 pounds to like the detriment of my health. Like you could see it in my face. You could see it in my like, just awful. I don't look healthy when I
did you feel any different now?
Oh, of course. Yeah, when I'm more active, like when I started this whole gardening project and whatnot, and I started like swinging a shovel and a pickaxe and whatnot, I felt healthier. I felt better, more energy and whatnot. But when I fall into that sedentary lifestyle, I mean, some mornings I feel like I'm going to die because I literally like don't have the energy to get myself out of bed because I'm so underweight.
Hmm.
Oh, here we go. Thank you, Jenna. HDL is high density cholesterol, and then LDL is low density cholesterol.
Okay, cool.
LDL is the bad one. LDL makes
up.
up most of the cholesterol in your body.
It's like my metabolism is so quick that, I mean, if I were to eat a steak for lunch, it's not with me until the next day. Like, there's no way.
Yeah. And you know, speaking of high metabolisms, birds of prey, when people have like falconries and stuff like that, like, or like these sanctuaries where they like take care of these like injured birds of prey, these raptors, they can tell when the bird is hungry by weighing it.
Huh.
Because there's like a 10% difference in their weight when they're hungry.
Well, those birds' bones are hollow as well, so I'm sure there's not much weight to them. That would be a significant difference for them to have a significant meal in them, right? So.
Right. So they can tell if they have a full belly or not by just weighing them.
Yeah.
They're 10% over what their normal weight is.
Have you ever experienced raptor birds up close and personal?
Oh, yeah.
They brought them to the schools. Like, you know, they got the guy comes in, he's got the glove, and he's like, oh, this is a prairie falcon, and this is a red-tailed hawk, and this is a snowy owl. And we're all just like, what the fuck is it? Because in Illinois, we have a lot of birds of prey around here.
Yeah. I know it's like one of the like raptor like havens of North America.
Yeah, we have a lot of raptor birds here. And Terrahawks, of course. But we have an outdoor wildlife center that is by donation. And it's worth going to just to see like the golden eagles and the bald eagles and the huge owls. Spotted owls here as well and that sort of thing. But there's tons of red-tailed hawks in Vancouver. They eat pigeons all day long off the buildings. Yeah.
In the city, in New York City, that they're popular. Hawks and falcons.
They got peregrines out there.
We have peregrines here too.
Yeah, they nest up there.
Yeah, we've got peregrine falcons that are like residents of some of the buildings in the downtown area. But here, like, I just let my partner's mom's Chihuahua mix out, and because he's so small, I guess this is the same with the puppies that I just got. There are a couple hawks that live in my neighborhood, and whenever I see them going like around in the overhead, I pulled all the animals inside because they will go after the dogs. And whatnot.
I've seen in New York. I've seen hawks go after cats.
Yeah.
That's, and especially for people who have not the giantest of dogs like me. I usually have smaller animals because I'm apartment dwelling for the most part. But yeah, the hawk won't pick up your Chihuahua and carry it away, but it doesn't know it can't do that. So it's at least going to try to really hurt it. So you see Chihuahuas and Shih Tzus and little dogs with fucking punctured lungs because these talons have gone right through the rib cage, and they're like your pet can be really, really hurt by these birds.
Well, to take things down smaller than that, magpies peck out the eyes of baby lambs.
Aww.
What the fuck, magpies?
Magpie.
I could have had a very happy death before I knew that. Oh man!
Magpies are dicks.
It's a true fact. Magpies are cunts.
No, for sure. I feel like you guys need like the more you know jingle
The more you don't want to know, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my whole area is just covered in wildlife, so you take a drive, you see an owl, you see a bald eagle, you see
Okay.
all kinds of stuff.
So here it is. So the LDLs, they say the healthy level is less than 100 milligrams per deciliter. Is that DL? Help me, Jenna, if you hear me. And then HDL is 40 milligrams per deciliter or higher. I want to say mine was like 70 HDL, and then I was at like 45 LDL. Like she was like, this is great, but I don't eat fried food at all. So that helps. I only eat stuff that I like pan sear with olive oil.
That counts as frying.
That's fried, mate. That's fucking fried.
Pan seared is not
That is
drenched
the
in
definition.
fucking...
If you put oil on a pan and something in it, it's fried.
So you're telling me canola oil and olive oil are the same thing? They have the same health benefits.
Yes.
No.
No,
But
they don't. Olive oil is way healthier than canola oil.
Depends
Right,
on the
that's fat.
temperature.
It's still fried. The cooking method is frying.
It's called so searing is not a thing. It's
Searing
just
is
frying
if you do it dry.
No, it's not, Wayne.
It's
Yes,
still
it is.
It
frying.
requires a very little bit of oil.
If you
doesn't matter.
sear something, you sear it in its own fat.
Goddamn. Now I gotta fucking look up the whole definition. Gordon Ramsay lives fucking 3 blocks away from you, and you got the fucking definition of sear wrong. Can't believe I have to look this up for you. Searing. Extremely hot or intense. Just like just
Not
like
you. By the way, you're in a contravention of the flag code, prick.
Mikey,
Who,
I
me?
have some really bad news for you.
Yes, ma'am.
There's a reason why they call it pan frying and not just pan warming. It's still fried.
I'm looking. I ain't worried about you.
Mikey,
I will
just
confirmation
Just
bias
put both
myself.
hands up and say
And-
you got it wrong.
And there
And
is a
you're-
dry heat cooking method for pan frying where you don't use oil at all. There really is.
Mikey, put your hands up and say I got it wrong, and I'm breaking the
it
American
works
flag
especially
code.
well with cast iron.
I haven't given up yet.
Course you ain't.
Apparently, time's up.
If you're searing a lean cut of meat, pork tenderloin or chops, chicken, lean beef, add about 2 tablespoons of vegetable or peanut oil to the pan. Olive oil and butter too low of a smoke point. Turn up the heat to high. Watch for the oil to ripple. When the oil ripples, add the meat.
And
It sounds like they're using oil to sear things.
But that's not the cooking method. They're searing it.
That's what
I'm a little lost. What's the problem?
I don't know. He's saying that you don't use oil when you sear food.
You don't have to.
no, you don't have to, is
You
what
don't
is
have to.
being said.
Right,
But
you don't have
oil is oil.
Right.
And different oils have different smoke points, and different oils have different chemical processes that they go through when you cook them. So if you're using an oil that actually turns into a bad oil at a certain temperature, it's kind of hard to explain, but it's been a because I was raised by a food Nazi. Okay,
Wow.
I was raised by a food
That's a
Nazi.
hot take.
And I wasn't allowed to eat things like Oreo cookies.
Oh no. Oreos
Yeah.
are the best.
Oreos are apparently really bad for you.
So are Twinkies.
Twinkies are the worst. That's not even a food. It's barely edible.
Twinkies
but have
are
you
like
tried-
a science experiment.
I
so
love
yeah.
Twinkies.
Have you tried drinking Castrol GTX? It's lovely.
Oh man.
But there is all different ways of frying food, and while some are healthier than others, yes, pan frying is healthier than deep frying. It's still frying.
Yep. Thank you.
But you
Where-
changed the
Where
word
are
from
these
searing to
sizzle
pan
sounds
fry.
coming from?
I know, I was hearing that too. Are you cooking right now, Faye?
I am.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
I
I'm
am.
saturating coffee.
Mikey, do you have a defense?
Yeah, because I mean, I could play a clip of Gordon Ramsay searing a
do
steak
think-
using a little bit of olive oil, and I think
I
he
think-
would be the authority here.
I
will use the
do
appeal
think
to
that-
authority.
I
I'll
do
use the
think olive oil is
okay.
better, healthier as far as the fat content, as far as canola oil, like the amount of fat in it.
Well, according to my mother, canola oil will give you cancer, and olive oil is best if you don't cook in it and then use it as like on a salad or cold, or even just swallow a tablespoon of it.
That's a good shout.
Do you know where canola oil comes from?
Corn.
No.
It comes from rapeseed.
Oh, that's
Mhm.
right. That's right. Rapeseed oil. Yeah.
Clues in the name.
Stop it, Wayne. See, Wayne, I knew you couldn't leave it alone. You just couldn't leave it alone, Wayne. This is why we can't have a professional show.
Fuck you! How dare you put it all on me?
I'm just saying.
Totally Wayne's fault.
You're gonna
Yeah,
put it
let's
on
go with-
me.
So I don't know that I will concede absolutely nothing, because every time that I get you guys moved into one goalpost, you move the goalpost. So
Why not?
let's just say
No.
I won't say that searing with olive oil is frying.
Of course it fucking is.
I don't think that that's right. I don't
Wait,
think that that's right.
searing and frying are two totally different things.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
though.
no,
I'm
no,
not
no,
submerging.
no,
I'm not
no.
submerging.
The
I'm not
cooking-
Right.
No, wait, no, Wayne. You hold on now. I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not battering the food. I'm not dipping it in an egg, battering it, and submerging it in oil. That would
Right.
be fried. No,
Totally wrong.
That's-
Totally
That's
wrong.
called deep frying, and you can batter food and
Exactly.
put it in a frying pan with a little bit of olive oil and still
Right.
get that result.
Right.
So,
but the
come
frying
on.
implies
Wait,
the
wait,
egg
wait,
and the
wait.
If you take a steak and you just like throw it on and you sear it, you're not cooking through. You're not frying it.
Yeah.
Instead,
You
just
don't
sear
have
it.
to cook something through in order to fry
But
it.
then
When-
I'm just trying to make the difference here. You're searing it when you're just,
Isn't batter the difference? Isn't
None of
batter the
y'all are
difference?
allowed.
No, battery's
none
actually
of
putting
you-
it in batter.
Yeah.
Battery's like, it's a
You know,
flour-based.
The next
Thing where
thing
you
has
fit
to
in.
be a cooking show. Fuck that.
Right.
I'm going to the
None of-
kitchen.
Right.
Let me get the iPad fired up.
Yeah,
Let me tell you, the steak that I made for my dinner earlier. All I
Mhm.
did was I put a little plastic plate. I laid my steak on it
Okay.
with some chili infused olive oil.
Okay.
Seasoned it, and then I put it into.
Whoa. Describe the seasoning.
It was a garlic powder, then some crushed peppercorns.
There you
Right.
go. Don't skip out on the good shit. You just talking about
Then-
seasoned it. No, I want to hear that shit too.
Get into the important shit. I'm
I
getting to
want
the
to hear that
important shit.
too.
Right? And then I put the oil all over it, the chili infused oil.
Wait,
Uh-huh.
did you rub the seasoning on
I
it?
rubbed that into the meat, not in the pan, rubbed it on the meat. And then I laid that away from me into the steaming hot pan.
Okay.
Right. Now, by Mikey's.
You rubbed
No,
your
wait.
meat. You rubbed your meat in the steaming hot pan.
Yeah.
And then he laid away from himself.
Austin, you can have that for free.
Disgusting.
I'll let you.
Oh, it's-
You ain't got to go on Pornhub tonight, son.
I was
You've
in the
got
middle of
that.
looking up your OnlyFans account.
It's on the Deviants.
Wanker. But I'm sorry, you said the pan was steaming. What was in the pan?
Steaming hot is it's not an actual accurate
Oh,
depiction of what's going on. It's
Oh.
sorry, screaming hot. That's the term I'm
I was about to say.
saying.
So you lied. Okay.
Screaming hot. No. I was inaccurate. No, I was inaccurate, and I've
You lied to me.
I was inaccurate, and I've
Okay.
replaced what I
Okay,
said.
so it's just a bone dry pan.
bone dry
but
pan.
you've got
The meat,
hot
the
as
meat,
shit.
the meat is
Hey.
oiled, right? And then I just literally dropped it in away from me. Let
Mhm.
that cook. Flipped it over. Once that cooked on the other side, that's when I introduced my mushrooms and some butter.
And then you do like the little basting maneuver over the top.
Do this.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, do this number.
Little mushroom stamp on the top. I get you.
Yeah, done that. And then once that was done,
butter.
took all of that out of the pan, took my chili halloumi, sliced that up into sort of like French fry size, chucked it in, and soaked up all the other stuff. Boom, done. That was my dinner.
Okay, that's nice. That was a fried steak.
Yes, it was a fried steak. It wasn't a sautéed steak or a seared steak. When you sear something, you sear it dry.
Let me see what the definition of fried is, because
on that note, I gotta get going because I'm gonna go grill myself a steak, which is the only correct way to make a goddamn steak.
No.
So I knew Austin was a fascist. This is the only way you can do it. Otherwise, you're wrong. Yeah, there you go.
Yep. I love working in absolutes. But
only a Sith deals in absolutes.
Thank you for sending me a link, guys. It's been really great talking to you.
We missed you.
We missed you. It's our pleasure, mate. It's really nice to see you, man.
It was a nice reprieve from the monotony and insanity that is Idaho right now. So I appreciate y'all.
Idaho, my sincerest condolences.
Jesus.
Your sister's what?
Her sincerest condolences.
Oh, your sincerest. Yeah. No, Idaho's fucked up right now. So.
Idaho.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Another day, another hate crime.
Jeez.
Gee, yeah.
We got to get you out of there, man.
Mikey, I was gonna legitimately. I was gonna come. I was gonna go out to Indiana.
Whoa! Clip that.
Oh,
Mikey,
shut up, Wayne.
I'll just say it again. I will say it again for free. No, legitimately, I was gonna go out to see my mom in Indiana and swing by and see you, but I found out that my mother is not getting vaccinated.
Oh.
We'll just stop by in Chicago. You can come hang out with me for a weekend.
So yeah, I think we're gonna have a direct flight from Boise to Chicago soon, like within the next month anyway. So
you got all my information. I got a room upstairs for you.
Word.
Austin, I've been stabbed at least once, so I think I might be able to fly into America. Do you want me to just get me Oxford stuff?
No, Brenna told me about the guy who got you your fucking vaccine card that you've been getting from the fucking bar, fucking bullshit $20 joint. Did you know that, Austin? That people are fucking there's dudes selling fucking fake vaccination cards.
I wonder why it said Sambuca.
He was selling them at the fuck. It was a bartender selling them, and he sold them to a fucking CDC worker.
So wait. So back up a second for me before I take off, because I want to.
It was actually ATF, alcohol, tobacco.
Yeah.
What is the point of getting a vaccination card that's forged?
You can't travel without it.
Oh, you can't.
No.
Out of the country, you need to have your vaccination card.
Where the fuck is my vaccination card?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, homie apparently was selling them for $20 right behind the bar.
We get like a business card, but it just tells. It's basically, in Canada, it goes on your health record. But this just tells you what you were given, what date you were given it on, and when your second dose is going to be. Right.
So same here.
Do I need to laminate my vaccination card then?
No.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that to mine.
Yeah, I'm going to do it to mine. I have to carry it around. I don't want to get fucked up.
Austin, laminate your vaccination card like the rest of your paperwork that you use on the daily.
I'm going to do that immediately.
Wait. Finish getting it. Get your second dose, and then
they also. Sorry.
So it's not like beef of bead on there.
Yeah.
They also.
No, I have both shots. I'm fully vaccinated. Working in a bar, that was the first priority I had.
Excellent.
So,
all right.
Yeah.
I get mine next week on the 11th, and then I'm fully vaccinated.
Which one? Pfizer or Moderna?
Moderna.
Gotcha. Well, rest up, drink a shitload of water, man.
All day. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because the second shot of the Pfizer knocked me out for 10 hours after the shot, I had the worst fever and chills and like hallucinations that I've
I
ever
didn't
had.
go through all that.
Really?
I did. I was fucking tripping
Yeah,
balls.
yeah,
Second
I was
shot or
not
first
good.
shot? Second
Mikey,
shot?
you said you was fucked up, wouldn't you?
The
show.
second shot, the second shot screwed me up but the next day I felt the best I felt in over a year. Like,
Yeah, it was about 36 hours. Like from the time I got the shot, 10 hours after it kicked in, and then 26 hours after that, I was just fucked. And then after it, I came out of it, and I was like, what the fuck just happened?
legitimately, like, I had a coworker who tried to come to work immediately after he got a shot, and he was there like all evening, and then immediately, like at some point, like probably one in the morning, he was like, "Oh, I'm starting to feel it." I was like, "Dude, get home now! Like, what are you doing here? Like, stop."
We don't need you. Go home."
Can I just cut in before Austin takes off? I want to tell you this because I spoke to some people I used to work for McKesson, and I spoke to some people specifically about the inoculations and the side effects. And the side effects of the second inoculation are much worse on people who had COVID but were asymptomatic. So if you had your ass kicked by the second vaccination, chances are you at some point were a carrier.
Excellent. Thank you.
Wow.
Right. So to that point as well, back in February, March of last year, I was the sickest I've ever been, and I do still suspect that it was COVID. My antibody test that I had, I took it. I mean, it was probably like 6 or 7 months after the fact, so I don't know that the antibody still carried over. It came back negative, but I still believe all of the symptoms ring true. My lethargy and I'm still convinced, and the side effects of the second dose would indicate that as well.
I
think it was around Christmas. Sorry, Dave. Go ahead.
So I thought I had it in March when this first came out. I lived 5 minutes away from where there was an outbreak at a care facility, and 5 people died. And I got very, very sick, had the shakes. I was down for 36 hours, barely ate anything, lost my sense of taste, the whole deal. But I didn't have strong respiratory distress. So I don't know. I could have had a really bad flu. I could have had this, but there was no test for it at the time.
Yeah,
That's
same.
like
I was out for 3 weeks. I had severe respiratory distress while I was trying to finish my undergrad at Boise State here, and
it's very likely then.
Yeah.
There was a couple of us at my current job. Well, a lot of the people have transferred to other places now, but it was right after Christmas. It was around that Christmas New Year thing. And we all just one by one, we all went out and we just really felt like shit. And we just, I got really sick and we couldn't fucking figure it out. And then boop, 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 we feel better. We just go on with our lives. And then more and more and more. And then boom, the COVID bomb drops. And we're just like, yo, did we already have this?
Yeah.
It's like, yo, did this already happen to us?
Yeah.
And because when you're working retail, you're not just dealing with the people around you. You're dealing with all the shipping. You're dealing with all the containers, all the shit that is brought in from overseas.
Yeah.
And we're exposed to all the money.
China.
And you were probably hit with the first train.
Yeah, but all dealing with money every day.
Yeah.
Oh,
sure.
shit. Like
Sure.
bookkeepers, we don't ever get sick because we've been exposed to we get coke, meth, shit, germs, everything touches our hands.
Wow, that's a perk of a job.
Well, I mean, Wayne, I can get you in if you're really interested.
I'm the guy who goes on the ships to unload that stuff.
Right, you're the one giving me the shit.
I'm the guy who goes up there with the 16 guys who've been on a ship for 90 days that have come across from wherever, and they're going port to port to port, and we have to go up on the ships and unload that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Where are they from?
They're from all over the place.
I'm kidding.
We get a lot of stuff.
A feeble callback.
We get a lot of stuff for Canadian Tire, and most of that stuff comes out of Taiwan. So
yeah.
Do you know what Canadian Tire is?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jenna wants you to send over that information. Dave, what's the study on that? I want to see that info, smiley face.
I got to bounce.
All right, Austin.
I got to take care of that puppy. So.
All right, Austin. Good talking to you, brother.
Whoa. What does that mean? Take care of it.
Well, Tend to it. Give it love. Care for it.
Okay, please clarify.
This isn't Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. I'm not gonna take care of it.
I can see you with a cigar in your mouth and like a shotgun just bearing down.
I'm gonna give that puppy an offer it can't refuse.
Time's going to the woodshed, boy.
Yeah, he's going to fire up a wood chipper in the yard. I'm taking care of it.
Oh
earlier.
God! Not a wood chipper.
Wow.
Oh,
that was
no.
extreme.
Well, as James Clarkson says, on that bombshell.
On that bombshell, it's time to end.
On that James Clarkson.
Later, guys.
Bye. Richard May is my favorite from that show.
That was fun.
Have you seen the episode where he drives the electric car up to through the hill climb and goes off the road and it catches fire and
Yes.
and they turn around and they look at the camera and they go, "Well, Hammond's dead."
And then he actually ended up in the hospital for several weeks and had his pants cut off by the EMTs, and it was it was a rough crash. But they were just sitting there on the top of the hill, just like, well, there he goes. He's dead now.
My favorite saying from Top Gear lore is, "That's not gone well."
Oh dear.
Well, could be worse. I literally before the show, and I really wanted to do this, but you guys took forever to fucking join the pre-production meeting. Was I got a very great compilation of now watch this from Top Gear. It is fucking.
You're talking about me because I was here early doors, mate. Don't give me shit. I'm saying I was watching it quarter till. So then by the time you got there, quarter till, yeah, I had already finished the whole thing. And me and Brenna had already. I was here at like 7:20.
That's all right. That's a made-up time in Narnia.
And I brought a baby into the fucking equation.
Yeah, he brought his very adorable baby on screen, which completely disabled our Brenna. Our Brenna was malfunctioning for that entire time. I was barely able to function.
Yeah,
that's one thing about Wayne. He's a shit host, but God, he's got cute kids.
Gotta have something.
Oh, thanks.
One talent in life.
I'm all about my kids. Cheers, guys. Thanks.
Well, that's all of us, Wayne. We're all here just so that we can procreate and have cuter kids than we are. That's the whole point.
Yeah, so what's your problem then, Mikey? What the fuck's the point of you?
I'm trying to get on my fucking cruise so I can get little baby Mikeys around.
By the way, hello, Faye. Mikey, do you want to address your vitriol?
What I did?
With the fact that some of us don't want kids.
Right.
Faye hates children.
Yes, I do.
She has a very searing.
So to use your absolutist term,
And I don't hate children, but I don't want children.
there you go. Even easy's here.
Okay.
Retract your absolutist term.
Let me do this. Let me do this first. Actually, I'm going to share screen.
Okay.
I'm going to share screen. I don't think it's right, but I'm going to share screen. Okay, here we go. Fried.
Yes.
Past and past participle of fry. Cooked in hot fat or oil.
Mm-hmm.
So by definition,
No.
my steaks would be fried. I was wrong. By definition, they are fried. I would never call it a fried steak, but by definitions, it would technically still be fried. So I will say that. There you go.
So for the record, Mikey Fleming, make yourself full screen. Come on. Big bollocks.
Oh, I hate this.
Oh no! Here it comes.
Is this going to involve the second degree laws of thermodynamics?
Oh my.
It's the second law of thermodynamics.
Okay.
I was wrong. It was fried, technically.
Okay.
I think that works. That's an apology. That's all you're getting out of me, damn it.
No. You have to say I'm sorry. That's not an apology.
I'm sorry, Faye.
Yay!
I'm not sorry to Wayne. Fuck Wayne.
You'd love to. I'm a gentle lover.
I thought he was going to say, I'm sorry you feel like you deserve an apology.
Right.
I'm sorry people were triggered by my truth bombs I was dropping on their libtard hearts. It's like, yeah, that's not an apology.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, but you still.
Faye was right. No, Faye was right. I was wrong. I can say that. And
we were both right.
Hey, I'm in the middle of my apology tour. If you can shut it. I'm man enough. I'm alpha male. Ooh, dooga. Enough to say I was wrong about something and still continue on a conversation with the person without having to attack the other people's character because I'm so hell bent on being right about everything. Faye was right. I was wrong. The world continues to spin. Unless you're Wayne and you're a flat earther.
Yeah.
Faye, could you please request from my colleague Mikey Fermin that I was also right because I.
Whoa! Technical difficulties. I'm so sorry about that.
No, I am an equal opportunity person, and I don't feel comfortable speaking for men.
Yeah.
Faye, I give you my permission to speak on my behalf.
You're gonna give her your permission
because she categorically said she didn't feel comfortable speaking for men, and
You're
I'm
in
saying
control of her.
Yes, because I respect your autonomy.
Thank you, Faye, and I appreciate that. And that's why I'm asking you if you could request that my colleague, co-host, and slightly smaller man who's breaking the American flag code.
You did say slightly.
I'm way minus all the fat.
What are you? Oh. Faye, please go in hard on him making his apology to me as well.
Faye, my girl's watching. Careful.
Huh?
Oh, what is Wayne talking about? Wayne, do you want your fucking apology? You don't have to rope her into
this. Because you said you're not going to apologize to me.
To you.
And I'm asking Faye.
Because it's funnier that way.
No, but I'm asking Faye if she would be kind enough to ask my co-host to apologize to me in the same vein that
Jartan is on the toilet. She can't be bothered to raise him at this time.
Can I make a suggestion? Perhaps we could have Mikey just change his name to Mikey the Apologist for the rest of the show.
I actually like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
The apologist.
I don't think that's
and flag code violator.
Mikey, would you meet a compromise by saying Wayne was right?
I will do this.
Wait. Tons of mice. Be ready.
Get your screenshots.
Oh my.
So wrong.
I'm wrong this week. I might be right next week.
You're not wrong about everything.
I was wrong about the frying and the oil and the thing. So there you go.
So searing is a form of frying.
Yes.
Pan searing, I should say, is a form of frying.
Yes.
With higher temperature.
Yeah.
It's a higher temperature, which is why if you're going to use olive oil, you have to use the top grade olive oil, not the cheap olive oil. Because of the smoking point. Okay.
Or would peanut oil work? Doesn't it have a higher flash point? Or
peanut oil works great.
But that has a lot of allergies. You can cooking oils works great, but it burns quicker.
I can taste when I accidentally buy something that has a similar looking label to what I normally buy because I'm like, what the fuck? What's wrong with this goddamn steak I just bought? Oh god damn it! I bought light. Oh damn it!
Yeah, that's not good.
You just realize after because cooking it feels the same. It moves and operates the same, but it just doesn't taste the same.
No, it doesn't.
I don't own a lot of light food.
Correct. 100% correct. I can't eat that shit. Like I have a food allergy to poultry, and I imagine it has something to do with whatever the fuck they're feeding chickens in the States. And it was like, just go out and buy a $3,000 free range chicken. And I'm like, no, I'm good.
Have you seen the size of chickens that they cull for our food? It's ridiculous. They don't let them get
monsters.
to full size. No, they don't. They juice them up, man. They juice them up after the death.
What?
Yeah.
No, they don't.
Inject in the water. Oh, look at the size of this. Look at this chicken breast. And you fry it and it goes, phew.
That's actually illegal, and I don't think anybody does that anymore. The FDA and the Canadian government are locked right down on that. But I have been to a chicken farm, and I've seen how pathetic the animals are that they raise for.
Yeah. Those
So-
are treatment of animals that they're just waste. But what you've probably seen is like they stuff them with KFC. They do that for the fake chicken they sell. Like when they do that, either the boneless chicken or the stuffed chicken, because they got something with like crust in the middle or something. That's what you're probably seeing. But like normal chicken farms, no, they don't pump chickens like that after they kill them.
Well, I mean, like KFC chickens don't have beaks or feet and they're just blobs of meat that just grow until they're butchered and then cultivated. But yeah, I can't eat those because it makes my whole throat scratchy, mouth. I get allergic reactions to it, so I stopped eating it forever ago, and I've been better for it.
Yeah. I gotta say, I haven't had KFC in quite some. I can't remember the last time.
I had KFC 2 days ago, but I hadn't had it in about 8 years before that.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago, I had Popeyes. I enjoyed it. That's the last time I had like fast food fried chicken.
As Mikey has been found out to be a pathological liar.
The wrong.
We can't take any of his shit seriously. So he's basically
changed my name.
He's the Alex Jones of the Bin podcast.
Ooh, nice.
You're making the frogs gay.
Yeah. You're making the chickens fat? Yeah. Take your Superman mentality.
So since I'm going to be the point of obfuscation here, we'll do this little thing. Wayne, as the world progresses, as technology progresses,
Oh my.
we're going to have to answer for our meat eating.
Yeah.
Do you think that eating meat is a moral stance here and now today?
I think that we don't need to eat meat. It's proven that we don't need to eat meat, and the fact that that beef farming alone is contributing to so much of the CO2 of the earth. I think a plant-based diet is
Unhealthy for people.
No, it's going to be a more frequented thing in the sense of we don't need to eat beef, we don't need to eat pork, we don't need to eat chicken as much as we do in current standards. So I think there will be a turning point where we will start being more plant-based. I ain't ready for it because I'm too conditioned to.
I don't think we'll ever be plant-based, but I hope, because I don't think that's ever going to happen. I hope we consume less.
All right.
Yes, yeah, that's what I'm going for. That's what I'm going for.
Since you hopped in there, Ease, you're next up. So do you think that it is a moral obligation for us to be more plant-based?
No.
Why not?
It's part of our diet. It's part of what's made us intelligent. We need certain proteins. We need certain rocks. We need certain chemicals and vitamins, and it's in everything. It's just too much of anything is always bad for you. And we've reached that point where we're consuming way too much meat.
That's a good point.
All right, Dave, you're up.
Do I think eating meat or not eating meat is a position you can have a moral stance on? Absolutely. And it's not just about what we eat, It's about how we produce that.
Yes.
It's
100%. 100%.
Now, having said all that, I do eat regularly vegetarian. By regularly, a couple of days a week, sometimes 3 days a week, depending on who I'm eating with, where I'm eating, what we're having. There's some great vegetarian restaurants, vegan restaurants near me. I love all their food. They're terrific. But if you unplugged all of the chicken and all of the beef and all of the pork from our system right now, you would bankrupt the food supply, and plant-based food would get hyper expensive, and people who are in the greatest need would get the least amount of food. So it is a transition. It's something we have to transition to logically, and it's something that government is going to have to get involved with in order to push the number of people we have on this planet in that direction. But it's definitely a good way to go, and we really need to adjust the amount of meat from that source according to what we can generate without corrupting the planet, without affecting the environment, without making pathetically modified chickens live in horrible lives. You know, we've got to take it back a long way, but it's a huge step.
Yeah,
All right,
Dave.
Miss Faye.
I agree with everything he just said. However, I have predators as pets.
Yeah.
I don't think that feeding them a plant-based diet is ethical. But I also think that part of our production problem is constantly having chicken, beef, fish, everything. You know, you go to the store and it's like whatever you fancy. We waste so much life on the planet. It would be different if you could say, well, it's a birthday, so I'm going to order meat. You know, if only you could order it ahead of time so we don't kill as much as they do.
Right.
Because we throw out so much food. Meanwhile, we have starving population.
Yep.
It's just not fair. And I've gone to vegan restaurants. I love them. I especially love the cheese that they make. Some of them are made from cashew nuts, and the cheese is just as good as regular cheese. I mean, you don't even need dairy cheese.
Yeah.
But the problem is those restaurants, vegetarian and vegan restaurants, are so much more expensive. They really have to find a way to bring it down.
Yeah.
But I
There's
mean,
there's a question in the chat for you, Faye. Tons of mice, snakes. Does Faye mean snakes? Is she feeding mice to snakes?
I can arrange that.
Oh no! I love tons of mice. Don't feed them to a snake.
No, I have two cats.
Kittens.
But the thing is, it's like their meat is canned, has a longer shelf life. It's not like I'm going to the supermarket on a whim to pick up, and I'm looking at the meat going, oh well, that one's obviously spoiled. I can't pick that up, or blah blah blah.
Well,
I
Faye,
think there's some.
Faye, I hope you recycle those cans.
Of course I do.
So, I'm just being cheeky.
That's
You,
okay.
the cheeky Brit. You know what, Wayne? You're plucky.
I do think we waste a whole lot more than we use, and that's part of the problem.
Yeah.
Also, you don't know where your meat is coming from. How far did it travel, etc., etc. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think we should put a hold on fishing for 2 years and let our oceans recover. I mean, I love fish, but I'm willing to give it up. But you can't tell your supermarket, oh, by the way, I'm on a fish ban for 2 years. Don't order any for me. They're still going to order the same amounts, and they're going to kill the same amount. And that's the problem.
And especially out east, like when it comes to like China or Japan or somewhere like that, and anywhere in that ring of fire areas, it's a fish is the main protein.
Yeah.
There's no fish in the Pacific. The fish
In the
out here, out here, the Pacific Ocean. There's no fish out here. Like
Not on
fish,
your side, not on your side of the Pacific, but over by China and Japan.
even there,
there's
it's
massive
also,
amounts.
even there, like I've recently read something, the majority of that fish is all polluted. It's not just.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's all the Fukushima
It's not just
propaganda.
Not just the nuclear waste that has been spilled recently, but just the pollution in that area, leading from the Indian Ocean out towards the Pacific through the current way through the currents. It's just the fish have died.
But that is as much an overfishing problem right now as it is.
Correct.
Yeah. There's a lot going on in the world, and especially with technology. That's a predator bird in my backyard. That's what a meat eater looks like on this planet.
One thing that also is a problem with the ocean is the amount of noise we make. We make
And
noise
they've actually
pollution
addressed-
in the ocean.
They've actually addressed that out here because several whales got killed by the bulbous bows of ships coming into Vancouver Harbor. And now they have certain noise limits, and they have a max speed limit as well. So if a ship is too noisy, it can't make it to the max speed limit out here.
Yeah.
And that they actually have pilots that go on board and they do testing on all the ships and that when they come into when they're 200 miles away, and all that is monitored out here because it is a significant thing when you're talking about.
Because we're talking about we're not talking about like 100 decibels. We're talking up there in the triple digits.
Sonic.
When you see by sonar, it's the equivalent of having, those things the police use, the bright lights to flash on crowds to make them like to stun them or flashbang them.
Yeah.
That's essentially what a big tanker that comes in here, like a 400-meter container ship, when it comes through at 18 knots, that's what a whale sees. The entire ocean is lit up like that giant bright light for them. They can't see where they're going. They, lose track of where the surface is. Everything. It messes them up.
Yeah.
So I'm sick of all these
shit.
snowflake whales. Just fucking winding.
So
Shut up, whales. Just deal with it.
So what they're saying is most of the noise ships produce is at low frequencies, 20 to 500 hertz. Like you could hear it kind of, but it's difficult for us to really entertain what that actually means because our ears are so high up. Like the human voice is somewhere around like 4,000 hertz. So like our voices are way up there compared to these noises. Measurements on modern commercial ships give broadband sources 20 to 1,000 hertz, as high as 188 decibels. That is staggering if you have very sensitive ears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you think about the way that the vocals of a whale transmit themselves through the ocean, and you've got this interference coming from this artificial thing, a ship or whatever, that's not on them. That's on us. Just because we want to get our stuff the next day. It's bullshit. And all we're doing is we're acting like a virus. As a species, we're acting like a virus. We're just spreading out and consuming and fuck everyone else.
Well, the thing is, in order to fix things, a lot of people are going to have to make allowances or sacrifices, or we could fix things, we could change the way we do things, we could, we might have to stop some productions for a while, but I think with COVID we've proven that we can deal with less. Sometimes not very elegantly.
Yeah, that's
but
ridiculous.
we can back off with less. My grocery store didn't have groceries for 2 months. I got worried.
No.
Do you know what I think we need to
Containers
do?
were stuck in the Suez. It's shit like that we're constantly transporting.
That ship that you just showed the picture of that I shared, that's a 335-meter ship. The one in the Suez was 4 cans wider.
Wow.
Yeah.
And higher, and 60 meters longer than that.
And think everything that you can see on that screen right now, every individual like
Connex box.
yeah,
Those are intermodal containers. Yeah.
you that's a 40-foot lorry
Yeah.
on the front of that. Every single one of them.
Some of those
And
are
I-
45-foot containers, and some of them are reefer containers. But
And
yeah,
I think every,
Hey, reefer.
not that kind of reefer.
he's the reefer, man.
Well, one
Hey.
thing that would definitely help the whole situation is if we did more production locally and not like,
Yes.
oh, I have to buy the screws from this country and I have to buy
Yeah.
the plates from this and I have to do this for this and blah 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 blah. It would be easier if sure, ship raw materials, but shipping like manufactured bits back and forth, that doesn't make sense. Economically, it doesn't make sense. The pollution
wait.
doesn't make
Hold on.
sense.
So it says here, like, I'm back on the ship noise thing. It's like some ships are quieter than others, but the average intensity of the noise next to all the ships was 173 decibels, equal to 111 decibels through the air, about the sound of a loud rock concert. There's more than one ship on the ocean.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the ocean literally has fucking shipping lanes where there is just constant concerts going through for these animals that are not evolved or equipped to deal with this much disruption to their life cycle.
I'll
Exactly.
give you a case in point on that. Now, when you go to places like Gran Canaria, they have like little boats that go out and look for the dolphins. Do you think them dolphins know where to go on purpose? Yes, they do, because they've got these boats making all this noise, all this racket up and down. So they're working in tandem, but the only reason that they know that the humans are there is got this boat making all this racket.
We have affected the wildlife with fishing in so many ways, not just the noise, but also the destruction of habitat. And if you look at what's going on with the way that seals congregate in populations now, the garbage that we spill and the like fish heads and fins and stuff that get dumped in the ocean have attracted them, and we've changed their habitat to meet our own.
Yeah.
Mhm.
How many species of wildlife do we know that have taken over a human area?
Oh, lots.
No, but on purpose, without intervention.
Like, you mean like pigeons and rats and seagulls and
Yeah,
and skunks and coyotes and
yeah,
and raccoons
yeah.
and yeah, like
Oh, well, I have an argument for that. We take their habitat, but we don't give them anywhere to go.
No,
Where would they go? It's like, oh, well, my home's gone. I'm
No.
gonna fuck off and die.
no. But what I'm saying is, we fight back. They don't.
yeah.
As in, like, oh, there's a pigeon infestation. Okay, let's get rid of the pigeons. They ain't got a choice. You're out of
Yeah.
here, son. Fuck off.
We're not an apex predator, but we're the fucking biggest disease on the planet.
Yeah,
We're the virus.
100%. We are a virus. We are a virus. We act and behave like a virus. We expand. Oh, there's a bit of land here because we've got too many people living in one place. Okay, well, what we do is we'll build over here. Deal with it.
We're constantly building new houses
Exactly.
and leaving empty ones behind.
And how many
Because-
dolphins do you see doing that?
I don't know any dolphins personally.
I've got one living upstairs. His name's Dunny. He's a great lad. He just sits there and cuddles my daughter.
Aw. No, but like I'm concerned because land animals, sea animals, we have had a 70% decline in their populations. But what's happened to our population? We don't control our own population.
Ours just grows and grows.
You know,
Mhm.
people sit there
Well-
and they bitch and moan about how much things cost, but then they raise 6 kids. They don't just replace themselves. They raise 6 kids or more, especially in the United States. But like,
There is a downward trend on that, but you're speaking truth from a historical last
Yeah.
30 to 50
Right,
years.
but our
for sure.
economy is also, you have religious institutions and
Yeah.
governments, and they're constantly trying to promote us constantly increasing our numbers because somehow it makes us look wealthier.
No,
It
but
isn't. We're not.
No, I
in
think it's more
faith,
along the lines of if you have more Christians, you have more Christianity. And if you have a bigger country, you have more influence over the rest of the world. And population does that for you.
and faith in less developed worlds, having more kids is a kind of way of shortening your odds for your progeny to succeed, because the rate of child mortality was so low in certain countries and certain regions.
So high.
Yeah,
A lot of
sorry,
people
so high.
also-
Yeah,
A lot of
Um,
people also reproduce in order to have someone take care of them in their elderly years.
yeah.
Which is
but-
funny because that's assuming your kid likes you enough to take care of you when you get older.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the reason that people have big families in these less developed places was because the healthcare was crap, and you've got more chance of your progeny surviving if you have more of them. And
Maybe
that's why
males.
that's why in a lot of religious countries they have massive amounts of kids or sex. Like you look at Mormons, you look at Muslims in places that are not so well developed, they have just loads of kids. Even in Britain, we had kids with like massive families when they were poorer. Reason being, well, you're not going to get sent up the chimney, but you will. So
Yeah, but
we have more.
also you have to factor in birth control and things like that because, I can see a male mind saying, "I want more kids so I have an heir," but with women, every pregnancy is dangerous.
Well, I agree with that, but I also agree with what Wayne's saying is kind of that every sperm is sacred thing from religion, right? They want more Catholics, more Christians, more Protestants. They want more people voting in elections. They want more people spreading the word. They want more people populating the area. No religion wants to say, yeah, we're pro-contraception.
No,
Yeah.
and I forget, it was like maybe 20 years ago where I think the UN asked world religions to promote birth control and reducing, the size of the families,
Yeah.
and they
Average family size.
refused to do that. They
Well,
refused to do that.
well, look at backlash that John Paul II got when he advocated condoms.
hmm
Why would that be the case? Because they want, to your point, Dave, more Catholics.
I'm not disagreeing that point.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying you are.
I'm saying that's a very, in my opinion, a male approach to having children too, not
We
just
live
a
in
government approach.
we live in a
but,
male-dominated world, which is sad.
But I also think that, if it was a woman's point of view, it might be. I'm being sexist here. I'm so sorry.
That's
You're
fine.
not being
Crack
sexist.
on.
When you
Crack on.
have 20 white guys making the decisions, 20 old white guys making the decisions for a community that's represented by 50% women and visible minorities, and
I'm a young brown guy.
yeah, that's what happens. You end up with people making the wrong decisions or very bad decisions, or decisions which have a bad outcome for people, but not the people making the decisions.
And to your point, there's one of the biggest racist tropes out there at the minute is they're talking about the birth rates of Muslims and blacks in this great replacement theory.
Mm-hmm.
So that's got to be addressed in the sense of, oh, look at them, they've got no birth control. Well, we need to repopulate the world more. What kind of logic is that? But they're using their own theology against people and using it in a racist trope.
It's racist and it's competitive, and it's
Yeah.
wrong in every element of science that you examine it in.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks ago, I ran into an article that said people in South Korea are having less children and waiting longer to have children.
Mhm.
But the headline was South Korea is going to disappear. The
Yeah.
South Koreans are not having enough children and they're going to go away now. It's
Yes.
just such
Fear-based
bullshit.
propaganda. It's fear-based propaganda. And this is something that I really feel needs to be taught in schools, is critical thinking when it comes to media literacy.
Yeah.
When you get given a headline, you should be able to dissect it logically and say, okay, so and so feared to be having this because of this. You need to be able to say, okay, who's it feared by? Where is that question coming from? Right, and then ask that question.
Oh, I totally agree.
And when that question can't be answered by the protagonist, you say, well, sorry, mate, fuck you. I'm not listening to your argument anymore. Because 9 times out of 10, that's what it is. Feared, believed, so and so. Don't give a fuck. Unless you can prove this statement, do not put that statement out. That is not a true statement. If you're using hyperbole or just chucking stuff out there to get clicks and eyeballs, oh, look what they look like now. Okay, well, do I really need to see that? No, but you do out of curiosity and fear of not knowing what someone else knows.
Right.
And
I think it's very interesting that they're looking at a lower birth rate as you are going to go extinct, as if someone who doesn't want children, doesn't want to raise children, has some sort of patriotic duty to birth and raise and feed and go under that economic stress in order to be patriotic for their country. What?
Oh my god! So, Faye, you just reminded me of a really problematic song from a film.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Do you remember Grease 2? Let's do it for our country.
Let's do it for our country. Yes.
Oh no!
How dare you?
That's exactly what you just described.
I know.
How dare you?
But that's basically what
We had all forgotten about
the
that.
message.
Wow.
That's been the message.
Yeah.
We're dealing with right now Russia, who is going to do designer gene babies on top of everything else. Countries where the birth rate is dropping, some of them are looking into how to have a population grown, if you know what I mean. And I just sort of skip over those titles, like, no,
Wow.
that's I don't want to read that. I don't know if it's true, and I don't want to know if it's true, because it's too upsetting for me. Because, well, and another part of me is like, you don't have kids, so you don't have to worry about the future. But like eugenics has been a problem with the United States since before World War II.
Oh yeah.
They were talking on the Big on America show yesterday about eugenics, about the syphilis experiments.
Oh.
So some people are worth more than other people.
Tuskegee, yeah.
Yeah, to this day.
But before World War II, what was happening is, in one case, there was a single mother who raised a kid who had a mental illness. So, and because she had a mental illness, the courts deemed her not necessary, and they sterilized her.
Yeah.
And if you had anything wrong, unpaid bills, this, that, and the other thing, alcoholism, or they
look at the Uyghur Muslims right now in China.
Mm-hmm. if they consider you undesirable, you were faced by the U.S. courts, and that this was backed up by some major corporations and stuff that are still alive today, and they were doing things like that. They were sterilizing people. The Nazis took it one step ahead and killed people.
Yeah.
And then suddenly eugenics wasn't as, but you still get that whole, well, it's in the breeding, darling.
Yeah.
What the? No.
Behind every great fortune is a great tragedy. And that's it. Because you don't get that money. You don't get that money unless you took the piss. And let's face it.
Agreed. That's all around. I say that. Yeah, that's all around. You get that money, but so I working in the music industry, there's this thing that goes around. It's like, well, if you're making it big, it's because you bent over for it, and that's kind of the way it works. That's just the way it works.
But that's not a music industry exclusive. That's
it's not exclusive.
Capitalism. It's capitalism.
Yeah, it's everything.
Yeah, someone's got to be exploited. To
in its most extreme, you see black people advocating for white supremacy right now. It makes no fucking sense, but it pays.
What?
Candace Owens.
Kind of like Candace Owens. You see people like Kanye West. You see, like,
I tried not to say her name.
Like the shit that comes out their mouth. I'm like, yo, what did I say?
Well, didn't Ben Carson say something so obnoxious it sounded like, well,
was he awake at the time?
And he killed them.
He said something like slavery was voluntary or something like that. It was a career opportunity.
What the fuck? I think that was Ben Carson.
That was Kanye.
Oh, it was Carson too. It was Ben Carson too. He said it before Kanye. Ben Carson, the person who was in charge of urban housing and development.
Yeah. I had him confused with who died of COVID campaigning for Trump.
A different guy, not Carson. Yeah. Carson's still alive, unfortunately.
Yeah, he's still alive. Pardon.
Yeah, he's a waste of air.
Yes. He ran for president.
Yeah. Herman Cain.
Herman Cain, yeah. Poor man. But yeah, it's that's to its extreme. They're advocating against like their own advocacy. It makes no sense, but it pays.
A lot of people do that. How many women are highly religious? It's like, I love being treated like dirt, and I'm not allowed to talk. And when do you want your dinner? I have had so many babies, my uterus has fallen out, and I have to have a balloon inserted in order to keep my organs inside. My life is great. Yeah, that does happen.
Yeah,
it's.
You can have so many kids that, as you age, your uterus starts to fall out.
It's just where
nothing wrong with my uterus.
I mean, I could probably pinpoint it, but so many instances where we have just gone away from the matriarchal head of the family to just, it's just do as I say, and again it goes back to that masculine religious side that enforces this or wants this because I want more kids. Fuck you. It's not the way it works.
See, the problem is that you either have to go full on religious or get rid of it altogether, because at least religion gives you a way to legally cull the herd. And I don't advocate murder. I advocate birth control. Yay!
Yeah.
Let's do the nasty without STDs. Sorry.
Well, I think we're about out of time, guys. Unless Wayne, you want to take over hosting duties, because I have to run. I got to get some food before Neil's show starts in 45 minutes.
No, I'm done. It's 13 past midnight here, so
that's it.
I need to get me nut down.
It's late.
It's
Yeah.
late.
Yeah.
It's
It's
my
midnight.
fault because I sang.
No,
That's what gets everybody. That's what gets all us our eyes and ears. That's why we bring you on, is just to use you and your voice for clicks.
no. To be fair, it's because Faye has such a soothing voice from out obnoxious gravelly bullshit. It's just such a nice palate cleanser to hear
Thank
someone
you.
so dulcet, in
It's
amongst
hard
us
to imagine
ruffians.
anyone ever hanging up on her.
Oh, it's happened. It has happened.
Out of jealousy, I'm sure.
No. Some people, yeah. Long story. I'll tell you another time.
For another time.
Oh, look at this cliffhanger to end.
Dun, 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 dun. See, I'm trying to get people to come back.
It's the hook.
Yeah.
Baby, come back.
Next time we're gonna have Peter Falk as Columbo go. Just one more thing, madam.
Just one more thing. Just one more question.
Yeah.
So thanks everybody for hanging out with us. We enjoy all of you guys, and thank you for Dave, Ease, and Faye for joining us in the after party. Make sure you guys go to patreon.com/The Bin Podcast. Give us all your money so we can continue keeping the show going and keep doing awesome shit that you guys like. Thanks for Austin for hopping in as well. But yeah, we're all done here.
Fucking
I gotta
Fowdy.
get Austin fucking Fowdy over there. I gotta get some fucking food because I gotta go to fucking work here in like fucking half an hour or so.
Yay!
Yeah.
And let me guess, you're gonna have a Coke.
Oh,